No. Okay, I think we are live
Let's not
now.
start on that note.
Yes, exactly. I like clicked it, and then you said that, and I was like, "Oh, well,
There we go. Like,
Try live stream.
I guess
okay."
it's not a
Bingo.
live stream with me if I'm not throwing out some weird banger. Like,
He's so gorgeous, though. I love him.
yeah, the cops on the streets, like they stopped me, and then, like, I call it Whitopia. We're just, it is. It's very nice. There's just like there's a lot of friendly white people, and they're like the cops are like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And you're like, "How are you doing?" And they're like, "Your dog's beautiful." And I'm like, "They're not gonna beat me." So it's like really fucking awesome.
Oh,
Hey, it's America. It's America, man. Shit. And I'm
It's real life.
also in Texas, where 2 pretty bad
Yeah.
incidents happened last year. So I get
Oh.
nervous when they're like, "Hey, how are you?" But here I'm like, "How are you guys doing?"
Oh, man.
Oh, do you think it's just specifically the dog that helps you so much?
No, it's that, and I think it's the way that I walk. Hi.
Oh,
Hey,
people are here.
everybody.
Courtney.
Where did
hi,
all those
Mindy,
comments come
hi.
from?
I need to
always, like,
hear how it
comments
is
like
that you walk. I
I-
need a descriptor.
Okay, so I have a bit of a strut.
I can picture you as swagger.
Conversation.
Yeah.
By the way.
Walk with a swagger.
I'm a strutter. I got swag, and it just makes everybody. And I also have a face that makes people talk to me, even though I don't want to talk to them.
When I'm at public, my face says, "Stay the frick away from me."
I wish my face said that more often. But
Yeah.
I feel like that does not happen to me.
Except when I was pregnant, and then everybody, like, I remember I was standing at a clothing store, and somebody actually touched my belly, and I was like, "Oh no, I don't know you." What about me standing here buying a shirt says "touch my belly"? Nope.
I used to always have customers at my old job that would remember. One, they would ask for my name when it was totally not important to the conversation. Would remember my name, ask for me by name if they called back or came into the bakery. And I was like, I don't want to know you. And I don't want you to know my name. But I can't say that because I would lose my job.
Right.
God.
I hate running into old clients and stuff at like Walmart or whatever, because I can never remember if they're my client or the other side, and then I can never remember if they are my client. Did we like each other or did we not?
Did it work out or no?
Like, did you get the kids or no? I just can't remember.
It could be worse. You could have slept with someone, and then when they come and say hi to you, you don't know who the fuck they are.
Yeah, that was in the early 20s.
I'm like, I'm not speaking from experience.
Oh my gosh.
No, I had somebody come up to me and be like, "Kara," and gave me a big hug at Walmart, and I'm like, I have zero idea who this is. And then you just have to like play along with it. I'm like, "Hey, how are you?" Hoping for clues. And they're like, "I'm good. How are you?" I'm like, "I don't know who you are. You just hugged me. I don't know."
I love some of the chat comments. Courtney said she has a face, her face keeps people away or makes them ask if I'm okay.
Oh no.
Oh.
Or Courtney Rogers, I have a face that makes old ladies come ask me why I'm sad. Oh, good evening, Bessie, and caffeine and sarcasm.
I know. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Agreed. I hate that they never give you their name. Seriously, give me your name so I can at least try to remember something.
So we're on like the even playing field.
Wait, Courtney. When I worked in a coffee shop, I would run into customers at the grocery store, and they'd ask me to do stuff for them at the grocery store.
What?
Like you were just a wander around maid.
You once did something for me. Can you get me this stuff for me too, please? Like, no, it doesn't work that way.
That is painful.
Wow.
Oh.
Rough. But you know what? I used to these apartments and people would ask me that shit.
Oh, I just talked over you.
Oh, no, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying I'm excited because I have zero idea what the new releases are. I'm excited to see them.
You know what? I almost never know
I
because
already kept up with it.
because I'm so busy being obsessed with all the old shit that I didn't get. So I'm always like looking at that. And then when I do try to go to like Trend Mood or whatever, I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Because like she did those one swatches. I think I had them up on mine, but they just looked unappealing. Like it was for Rihanna's like cream blushes or whatever. And I don't know whose arm they swatched them on, but there was like hair and I was like,
Oh no.
Oh.
I was like, that's not pretty. Dude.
Oh.
Legitimately. He's on his bullshit right now.
Oh my god, when people are like, "Hi, do you remember me?" makes me want to go like, "Should I?" The person like, yes, like what the fuck? This ain't a game show. If I'm just staring at you and blinking, it means I have zero concept of who in the hell you are. That's going to be a terrible guessing game.
Yes, like the people who come up to you and go, I held you when you were a baby. And you're like,
I changed your diapers. Would you like to do it today?
Now you're probably change yours.
For you?
I know.
no.
I remember you when you were knee-high to a grasshopper. Like, well, that was 40 years ago, so I think we need to move along.
Yo, I will be right back. I'm so sorry. I took him out right before, but he knew that this was coming, so he held on to his poop, and now he can't hold on to it. So I will be right back to let him.
Thank you, dog sociopath there, Audra.
He's very sneaky and he's very smart. Like he knew that I was up to something, so he was like, "No, I don't have to go. No, he's got to go." So I'll be right back. I'm gonna just mute it, and you can just stare at my couch, my sad couch.
Beautiful couch. It's bringing its A game.
Audra's got to make like a cardboard cutout of her like
That's
body
so
and
funny.
just stick it whenever
Just a
she's out
silhouette
there.
Courtney says, I used to remember people's names and coffee orders, but they couldn't ever remember my name, even though I wore a name tag. That's the worst. That is the worst. It's like when people like reply to my emails and I'm like, my name is right there. It's in the email and you're still spelling it wrong. Like you're doing this on purpose. I swear to God.
I had so many customers that would like come in or call and they would just be like, "Oh yeah, we were talking about a cake." And I'm like,
That is the crux of my job.
Today? Was this week? Was this month? Because you could be one of 1,000 people.
Right?
And I wish I remembered you randomly.
Yeah.
This woman that's the most generic looking woman I've ever seen in my life.
Exactly.
With a very generic voice. I don't know who the fuck you are or what you wanted. So please help me.
Oh my God. That was my first like waitressing job, was at a tennis club. And I was like brand new on the job. And some like super entitled rich lady comes up and she's like, "I'll have the regular, please." I'm like, do I look like your regular wait? I have zero idea what the regular is. Like no concept.
Oh my God, people are ridiculous. So I got an eyelash in my eye or something.
Oh, that's the worst. Wait.
I only remember coffee orders, never names. I get to the point, but like that I will remember like your kids' names, their birthdays, all this kind of stuff. But like if 2 or 3 people retain me like within the same 2 or 3 days, I'm like, you are forever one amorphous person. Like they will always be the same person.
That's fair. I do like that. Or wait, Courtney's like, I like to think that I was the customer's favorite because they'd always say, "You were in here yesterday," like they didn't want me to have a day off. It's like, that's sweet, but also that's not very kind. Right. Like there are going to be times that I am not at the business, and hopefully you still enjoy coming in.
Courtney, you weren't in our live last night. Where were you?
Yeah, right. You're supposed to be here 24/7. I have the face that looks like I work in whatever store I'm in. I could literally be in Walmart with a McDonald's uniform on. Somebody will ask me for. I get that all the time at like clothing stores. They're like, can you get this for me in a size 12? I'm like, I could, but I'm not going to unless you're so fashionable. Unless you're gonna pay me.
It's like, is there a cash thing involved in this?
Right? Like I will do this on a transactional basis, but not out of the goodness of my heart.
Oh, that makes me think of, I was watching Abby Williamson did a like saying bad or weird comments in like bad accents. And at the end of the video, there was this guy that commented that was like, and it was on one of her ASMR videos, and he was like, if you could do a video of like all coughing and swallowing noises, like that would be super cool. Yeah. And in the video she was basically like, if you want to pay me, my email is in the description box, but I don't do that for free. Yeah, like, yes.
I can't remember if I had this conversation with you or not, but like I will take pictures of my feet for the right price. I have no I never
definitely
have.
had this conversation.
I haven't, but I would,
Yeah,
especially in these days and ages.
if my face is not involved, I'm not convinced.
Right?
$20
Let's
per
just
toe.
say that.
Yeah, like I have no idea what the going rate is, but I will do that. Courtney, I could do that for you for money, right?
Yeah.
There's no shame in
Are
that.
you selling your used socks, honey?
I will sell my used socks. I will absolutely sell my used socks. Somebody wants to be dumb enough to pay them for them, I will do that. Honest to
I
God.
like that. No identifiable marks. Yep.
Yes. Cover my birthmark up. We're good to go.
I mean, I kind of have an identifiable scar, so whatever. It's the
Just
face.
use the
thing,
other
but-
foot. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'd be like, cough into a mic, pay me $1 million. I have a mansion to buy my mother for all with me. Who would listen to coughing? That is
So
not a
random.
relaxing sound at all, especially in like global pandemic age.
No, but it also sounds like other things. So
Here,
Oh,
yes,
no.
yes.
Yeah.
Can you just randomly gag for me, please? Sure.
it's pretty much
For a
what he was
price.
asking.
Yeah.
I like, is there a market for tattooed feet pics? I got the goods. I'm sure there is a market.
Sure there is.
The
I'm
internet
sure there is.
exists.
There's probably a market for like basically anything, I imagine.
Yeah.
Shove some butter between your toes. We're good to go. Like, I don't get it, but hey, man, you want to pay my bills? I'll do it. That's
I'm
fine.
not comfortable in this conversation
No?
anymore.
How much would you charge for feet pics?
Charge or pay?
Well, both.
Ooh.
Answer the question.
Are you giving yours up for free, baby?
No.
Do I get a discount or what?
Husband's discount.
I gotta get her really drunk tonight and bring out the butter and see what she does.
I'm gonna start an OnlyFans. My
Get a message later being like, you will never guess what happened.
gonna have a very niched market. It's just gonna be feet. That is it. I don't understand the foot fetish thing. I'm not judging. I just don't understand it.
I'm a boy. I don't get it. It's so weird and gross.
Bethany, oh no, have I wandered into a how to become a cam girl chat? Desperate times, desperate measures, right?
We had to distract ourselves for a little while Audra had to walk Bo because he's a sneaky little dude. So
We gotta get this all out of our
Cake
system
sitting.
before she gets back because she'll just run with it, right?
What the hell is cake sitting? Is that something to do with Dustin Daly? I
Sit on a
heard
cake?
something about it
Yeah.
in Twitter, but then the main
Who the hell
Twitter
is Dustin
thing.
Daly?
no, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's sitting on a
Okay.
cake.
okay. That seems wasteful of flour that you can't find anywhere, but okay.
Is that naked sitting on a cake?
I mean, there's worse things you could sit
There's-
on. I mean, like pineapple sitting's probably never going to become a thing. Just saying. I think I'm
There's a
going
market
to
Oh.
out there for that, but I'm not going to go any further.
No.
I don't understand it, Kara. Feet are ugly. I agree, Feffy. I don't. Feet are not. Not
They
for
don't
me.
do it for me. I mean, feet are just feet. They're just like they're there. They're
Yeah.
they're functional, but they're not sexual as far as I'm concerned. I just don't get it. Oh,
What is looming?
Audra, you missed the goods. We're talking about cake sitting versus pineapple sitting.
Oh,
And what we charge for pictures of our feet.
so, oh Lord, I'm quite a little.
You can record yourself breathing right now, and you could probably make $50 off that.
I probably could. I could use it, man. Thanks. That was a big dump, man. Hey,
Well, and if you keep talking about that, I'm sure you could up it to like 75, 100.
I don't know how he held out so long. He does it like every time.
This is just getting better and better. Like, I has no idea what the context is, and this is just
I
priceless.
don't. So this is big. Like this. Listen, every time.
To anyone that's walking into this chat right now, welcome.
Hi guys.
This is our makeup channel. We're talking about other things for the time being.
I mean, my intro is I like colorful makeup and colorful language, and I say that for a reason because I
I
have
didn't even say
wonderful
it.
conversations.
Oh, I thought something
I hit the wrong button. Don't look at me. Okay, I'm good now. No, now he's like ass the fuck out. Anyways, he is. He's just like I don't know how he manages to do that every time. Like if I'm going out on a date, he does the same thing. He's like he just notices a change in my routine and he's like, oh no, I don't have to poop. And then I'm like, okay, well I'm leaving. He's like, I really gotta go now. I'm like, oh, you're a fucking bitch.
I feel like Bo and Bennett are kindred spirits.
Yeah, it's like I do have a toddler.
Yes, you do.
You're going through similar kinds of torture, that's for sure. And Bethany is right. This is delirium at its finest. This is what happens.
Listen, you'll have no idea. I'm so delirious. I get like I'm so stressed out at work, and so it's just like it's nice to get like by the time the weekend comes, I'm just like that's how I am. I just stare at the TV. I watched a terrible movie with Nick Cage. It wasn't really a terrible movie. I don't know how to explain it. Like the acting wasn't so great, but the storyline was cool, and it was called Kill Chain.
Never heard of
If
it.
you have Prime, check it out. It's not terrible.
A solid review. It's not terrible.
The thing is,
Won't
okay,
want to die afterwards.
the acting is not good. I'm not gonna lie. The acting is pretty fucking terrible.
I feel
But
like
the story is good.
Nick Cage has just become like a caricature of Nick Cage.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's broke.
just- Is himself in every movie.
He owes a shit ton of money in taxes, and so he just takes like every role.
If there's a script, I'm in.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what happened. Remember when we got this like, oh, I got dog hair in my mouth. We got a huge flurry of like Nick Cage movies, and everybody's wondering what the fuck's happening. He had some kind of horrible thing like with his taxes because he's fucking Nick Cage. But I saw him in person actually when I was in Los Angeles. I worked for the Spearmint Rhino, and no, listen, I don't have the balls to be up there stripping, so I don't know. But I handed out titty cards. But they were filming a movie there, and that is not his hair, y'all.
Good to know.
His hair is very, very thin. And now I think they've moved to like putting him in wigs. Tree Birds. Yes, I have seen Mandy. That is the most psychedelic, crazy ass film I've seen in a long time. I fucking loved it. I fucking loved Mandy. Like, mwah, I love that movie.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait,
I love that
Sneaky X
everybody's
has-
like got alcohol for this. Oh, I just
yeah, I was like
realized
gin
I-
and lemonade. That sounds delicious. Spiked Arnold Palmer.
Ooh.
Also,
Isn't
that
it-
sounds very stressful, Feffy.
Oh no.
No. Well,
Yeah,
we're,
curfew hour. It's curfew, bitch.
Lavender tea and me lemonade. That sounds fancy.
I know.
Did I just like? Yeah, I totally jacked up my makeup, rubbing my eye. Can
I don't-
between your legs for a second?
Yes.
No.
I wanted to wear a hat because these eyes are different, actually. Like they're the same palette, but
It's like right at the very back.
what's happened to each eye is different.
You had a process.
I did do some new shit I didn't know I could do before, so that was
Ooh.
new. I was like, oh, look at that! I can make that fucking line everybody makes. Like you guys always have your like fancy ass line. I'm like, bitch, I can't make that line.
You did make that line.
I kind of did. Like one eye, you know, you have your good eye and your fucking
This one's the punk eye.
yeah.
This one behaves
Yeah.
itself. It's going to college. This one's like going to be like carjacking people at Walmart or some shit.
Same.
I'm pretty sure this eye behaves itself for eyeshadow, but the brow is all fucked up. And this
Mhm.
eye doesn't behave for eyeshadow, but the brow is on the right track. So
Life is all about balance.
It is. And that is why I will never take one of those photos where they have your face and put these two together and these two together because I don't want to see the fucked up side. Like, I don't want to see that.
I don't need somebody to split and mimic my
I
face.
don't,
Like,
'cause then I'll just spend all my time being like, the ugly side.
oh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Do we want to actually talk about new makeup?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
let's do the thing. Let's do it. Fuck yeah.
Because I'm already almost done my drink already.
Oh no. Wait.
Soon
Okay.
it's
So
going to be freaking slurring.
I have trend mood up now.
Wait, holy shit, this is fancy as fuck. I just gotta say that right now.
No, how amazing. Yay,
It's-
technology.
It's StreamYard. It's what Lacey and Georgia use for Half Cousins.
I have no idea.
Same. I have a spot on my left eyelid that's like, nah, I'm not going to blend. Fuck you. No matter what I do, it just doesn't do it.
The lower, like the corners of my eyes will just have days that they just don't take any eyeshadow.
Mhm.
So like nice, beautiful blend up here, just a gap of skin. Nothing will stick to it. And I'm like, okay, that's happening today. Cool.
Yeah. Thanks for
Yeah, I
that.
have these like little wrinkles. I finally had to figure out that like I have one of the things that I used to get nervous about with like putting my makeup on camera is because I actually can't really do the swirl because of all these little lines here. There's so many of them. So if I swirl it, everything just becomes a big fucking mess. So I have to like do this kind of dotting motion and like, and it makes people feel like, to me, I felt like people were looking like, she's doing it wrong. I'm like, actually,
No, you're
if I do
adapting
this
to
shit.
the situation.
yeah, I'm like, there's a bunch of lines over here. There's just, it's like all these little folds. They're just little
Yeah.
folds.
Yep.
I have the same problem with my eyes.
Yeah,
From my
he
makeup.
complains nonstop when he's doing his eye makeup.
Yeah.
I'm sure he doesn't complain about putting on his lip gloss because his lips are fabulous.
Aren't they? Oh, I've got a story about
Oh
that.
my
I
god,
don't-
that's I was just thinking the same
Emily,
thing.
you might not appreciate the story on your channel, but I do have a story about Barry's lips.
I will
Um,
definitely take
thank
that
you,
story on
Courtney.
this channel. I have no fucks. And I agree with Courtney. If it works, it ain't wrong.
Yeah, true that. There was a court
We're gonna have
person. She was like a court clerk. So she like keeps the judges organized and all that kind of stuff. And she was like super religious, super outgoing, friendly, just the nicest lady. She was like 60 some odd years old. I had lunch with her one day because I happened to be at court and ran into her in the lunchroom. So we sat together and her little friend came over, and this was years ago, so the details are a little fuzzy. But she's talking about Barry. She gets onto the topic of Barry because she'd met him at a mutual friend's house or something. And she's like, his lips, those lips are incredible. I bet they would feel great. And I thought she was going to say like kissing my forehead or something like that. No,
Lord.
this lady. She goes, I bet they feel great on your clitoris. Her friend, who I had never met, who works somewhere in the bowels of the courtroom.
Oh my God.
I'm like, how do you respond to that? I was like, so the chicken salad's good today. Huh?
You caught me off guard, and I have such a foul mouth.
I'm sitting, and the friend looks at me, and I'm like, I'm not gonna answer that.
Oh,
Thanks, Sheila. That was her name, Sheila.
Do you appreciate the direct vocabulary that she chose in that conversation?
65-year-old
I mean,
lady.
at least she didn't say hoo-ha or something like that, but not where I was expecting that conversation to go.
Yeah, 'cause we're at the age where like before
That's pretty much
DSL was DSL, we were like when I saw that on a sign the first time, I was like, the fuck? They're just putting it on signs?
What was it? Sorry, I missed it.
DSL.
Oh.
Dick sucking lips, girl.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
They
well,
used
this
to-
Face
that's
had
what
a
we used to
whole
call it.
like lip gloss line called that, and I was like,
Oh shit.
Oh, all right, we're gonna own it. We're gonna, yeah, okay.
It was just kind of crazy. Like I just thought it was so weird because I guess I just never thought about it. And then I saw it on a whole big, what are those things called? Billboards. There we go. Words. And I was like, they're just putting that shit up on billboards? And then I was like, oh, it's about the internet. It's a movie.
oh, I finally connected DSL.
My capillaries live close to my skin. I would have been crimson. Yeah, I died a million deaths on the inside because like our lunchroom at court is like pretty open, lots of people. And I'm like, who just heard you say that? And why are you thinking of my husband like that?
Why not?
How did your brain go there that fast?
Oh my God, right? Like it escalated very quickly. Make up names you can't say in front of your grandma. Yeah, here, grandma, here, have some blowjob and some orgasm.
Audra. Audra, what is going on?
Oh, I have a whole video about that, and I know there were other names that I. What is Bo doing?
He has my shoe.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, y'all. My toddler's out of hand.
Is he
Tonight
wiping
it's
his
you,
poop all over
last
his
night
bedroom
it's
bed?
Claire and Barry.
Yeah. I look at Bennett and I'm like, Bennett, your toddler's showing. Can you tuck it away, please? It's altogether too much. He's so cute though. He's so cute.
Oh, he's lucky he's cute.
He's so
He
cute.
is very cute. He's a very cute child.
Oh my God. He comes up to me today. He's like, Mommy, I want to lie on you. And he just crawls on up and sticks his head down. He's like rubbing his head, sucking his thumb. I'm like, I love you. You're so cute.
Oh, and then you're like, I want it. Never mind. Oh, here it comes. The thunder. All right.
Bonnie,
Make it
welcome
release.
to Emily's channel.
Oh, hi Bonnie, welcome.
All right, let's do
Hi,
the
Bonnie.
movie releases.
Okay.
Yes, let's do it. I'm sorry.
Here's
Let's
some
do the thing.
makeup. Okay. Um.
I'm interested to see how this works because I've heard about it, but I don't know what's going on.
This is
You know,
Okay. So
Yeah,
how
okay.
it works is that there is a card. You see, yes, you can see it kind of.
no.
That has all kinds of stupid whatever themes.
Ah,
Like-
It's a rainbow palette.
It's a ColourPop release, a collab product that won't die, another fucking lip gloss, palette.
A product that's a
Um,
catfish.
Catfish is
Ooh.
like, it looks really pretty. Like I think of those Bobbi Brown eyeshadows from the holidays that looked all pretty and embossed, and then you saw swatches and you're like, oh, that looks like
Oh,
actual
darn it.
garbage.
Yep.
That's a catfish.
Yep.
Copycat vibes, just like all kinds of things. And so
Like
theoretically, if we were playing and we cared, we could all have a different version of this card, and whoever hit bingo first would win. But the reality is that we just go through releases, and if it hits a spot on the card, we take a drink. Although we drink all the time, so it doesn't really matter.
cheers.
Gonna need a refill
Yes.
first.
Yeah.
Cheers. I'm probably going to have to get my brown beer.
I said
Oh,
this.
dim sum girls in Toronto. Hey, Toronto. Hey, dim sum girl. I'm just like 45 minutes.
Girl.
and
Sorry, that's
it's
what I was
actually-
doing, by the way,
I-
guys. When I was looking down, I was like tweeting this out in case none of us had tweeted it out. So
Yay! I mentioned it earlier, but I know YouTube live streaming stuff is BS right now, which is
it
very
is. I couldn't actually find it on your channel when I just went to look. Anyhow, moving on. Let's do the things.
okay.
I'm
So
gonna stare at everything like
There's
a
a lot
little
of Canadians in the chat. I actually used to live in Nova Scotia for like 7 years back in the day.
Do you know how long it took me to
Nice.
realize that Nova Scotia was in Canada? Moving on.
kind of took me a
Where
little
do you
while
think it
too.
was?
I knew it was up there somewhere. To be honest,
There. In the Great North. There's only
in a
12.
very American naive way, it's up there somewhere.
It just sounded like, foreign.
Bethany, you're
Yeah,
in
it
good
kinda
company.
sounded British. It kind of sounded like it's in the UK or something.
Yeah. Not
Oh,
Nova Scotia.
And Bethany, I'm not offended by your cannabis, indulgence, whatever. Enjoy.
I thought it was in Minnesota or something. Okay, I'm gonna top up my drink. I'll be right back after playing that video here. Sorry.
Yeah, Minnesota or something. Just somewhere up there.
I'm gonna check on that.
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
Sticky Eggs, you're in Montreal. Montreal is so much fun.
Fat boy, come here. Come lay down.
Steffi asked, a little favor, please. If the thing doesn't say the name of the product, can you read it? Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, we do have a spot on the bingo card for cannabis or weed themed makeup and skincare because everyone's doing it right now and has been doing it.
I'm
So
afraid to try it. I didn't work this hard on this old ass skin to get it to look like this, for it to get all fucked up. I didn't spend like the last 40 years of my life moisturizing and hydrating and toning, and fucking exfoliating for like a little bit of cannabis to break me the fuck out. Absolutely not. I'm gonna wait.
I've heard hemp is really nice in skincare, but I don't have any personal experience with that.
I just have the one hemp oil from Herbivore, and I really like it.
Oh,
But my skin's also like it's pretty easy to please. So I'm not a really good barometer for skincare.
So you got Natasha Denona up there. I'm about to drop some upsetting knowledge for most everybody.
Do it.
Please.
I don't think I really like the Natasha Denona, y'all. I have one eyeshadow. Like I got like a single. It's all right.
Which one did you get?
I don't know. It's some shiny ass. I'll find it in this little.
One in like one of the little pot like cream shadow thingies.
No, yeah, this one was like it's a powder shadow, but it's like it's a shimmer.
Oh.
And I got it in one of them damn boxes.
I have this what's on the screen, just so everyone knows, is this new palette. It's called the Mini Retro palette that has like a 1960s inspired theme. It's one of the little tiny palettes, so it's $25, and it kind of just looks. It looks like a tiny millennial pink palette from Melt.
But I don't understand how that's the 60s.
Yeah, I don't understand. What about that says 60s?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't look at that and be like, oh, there's a 60s palette. You know what I mean? Like
that looks more disco than 60s. Like, I mean, it's just me.
But I'm torn on Natasha Denona because I have the gold palette and I love it. And then I actually got two of her other palettes from somebody else's Declutter, the Sunset and the Sunrise palettes. And I'm like, they're fine.
Yeah.
I don't really.
Yeah. Somebody in the comments is saying that the Natasha Denona minis aren't the same quality as her full size. And yet I like the minis better than the full size for the most part.
Yeah, like if I'm using it, like the thing is, if I use it with like if I wet the brush, it's like super intense. No, if I wet the brush, it's super intense. But then if I don't wet the brush, it's not like it's okay, and it kind of crumbles. I think is the thing with this particular shimmer because it's like I don't know how to describe it, but it's thick and chunky, like my ladies. Moving on.
The thing that I think about this with Natasha Denona and with Melt, although I feel like it's worse with Natasha Denona because she's so much more expensive, is she keeps wanting to like change her formula and like try to find like the perfect formulas. But then it's like to me that's inconsistent because you never really know if it's going to be like something she's released before or if it's going to be something new or different.
Yeah, that's weird.
I like the color story, I do, and for the price point, I would probably pick that up. But I find her stuff to be inconsistent enough that she shouldn't be charging $100 and some odd friggin' dollars for her bigger palettes. There's zero way that she should be charging that amount.
And then go ahead, Audra.
No, this isn't for me, but it's because like I really don't like it with like silver on my eyes. I literally always look like a crack whore. Whenever I put silver on my eyes, I look like I'm hunting for rock. Like I don't like it. Like it's not. There's so many things that I will experiment with, but silver, I just won't fuck with it anymore. I've given up. I don't want anybody approaching me for a BJ or a handy. Like no.
And this one, it's only 5 colors, but 2 of the pinks look almost the same.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if they had done a deeper pink, mauve, something in between the pink and the gray, that kind of made sense. But it's like the one shimmery pink in there I want, and the rest I kind of don't care about.
Yeah.
If Melt had included that middle shade instead of like one of the grays, I would have bought it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I absolutely would have bought it. That's the kind of shade that goes with those colors.
The Melt palette was two ends of the extreme. It was like super dark, almost black, and like pale.
Yeah.
There was no building in the middle.
So like the last 2-3 shades on the right side of that palette, I was like, you don't belong in this palette. That shade would have sold me on it, and I would have dropped the money in a heartbeat.
Yeah. This is $25. It's not terrible, but it's not. Oh, I agree with Feffy, actually. This reminds her of the Naked 3 from Urban Decay.
Damn, girl, you got that one. See, I do know what that is. I'm not so far behind.
And see, I was gonna say I do have those colors. Like I don't need those colors, but
Yeah,
That's
I have
pretty.
plenty of pinks that I'm happy with, and I don't really want more grays in my collection.
Do we get
Does
to
it
rush off
with
the
that
basic
fit?
AF neutral palette on this one, or because it's not really neutral?
What do we think? Is it?
I mean, actually, it kind of is.
it kind of is.
I also think it's kind of a copycat of Millennial Pink as well, myself. But
Well, copycat's in a corner, so I say use that one.
it's more usable.
Yes.
There we go. We'll cover it with a star, and then we'll go on to something else. Okay. I'm just on trend mood, but we can always change up where we're at. I just opened
That's
this
fine.
up.
Let's stay in the mood of the trend.
So
Yeah.
this is
I think
the
it's pretty.
Shop
That is
Peachy
pretty.
Queen Amethyst palette. It's
Long fucking name.
16 shadows. It's $30.
Who is this by?
Shop or Peachy Queen. The handle is Peachy Queen blog. But
Oh.
Peachy Queen, I think it's just another like smaller indie brand. Oh, there's
Gotcha.
another palette too.
Can we go back a couple pages there, Emily?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we talk about those nails? What the fuck?
I
How do you go through like the nails that long? I don't.
mean, mine are kind of long, but they're not that long. They're
I'm
not.
genuinely mystified how people wipe their butts with these super long nails. I truly am mystified. I don't mean to be crass, but I just can't figure it out.
No,
Um,
poor Courtney is having some issues with owls hooting wildly outside her window. She's trying to hear us, but the owls are.
That's hilarious.
Ooh.
I always worry about my volume because I'm not using a mic right now or headphones, so sorry if that's funky, but also that's kind of scary. Owls hooting outside.
No, they're cool.
Turkeys, and they would wake me up, and they like yodel, and they're terrifying. I don't like them at all.
Yeah.
I like turkeys.
It lasted a couple years.
No,
Yeah,
I
they're
like
delicious.
turkey, but I don't like wild turkeys wandering around, the big ass birds. This
And
looks
I-
like a ColourPop palette.
It does. That's weird.
That's
I
one
like
of the
it's gonna
top
fit.
comments in Trend Mood was, wait, so this isn't ColourPop?
It absolutely looks like a ColourPop palette.
It looks exactly like a nut, like literally.
And
It
How
could
then
about that
be
shit
the
releasing?
ColourPop palette.
We got tired of releasing shit every fucking 3 days, so they decided to like put one out under a pseudonym. That's
Yeah.
Right?
well, and Treebirds mentioned there is
Damn it,
pressed
Barry.
glitter in there, and I agree. No pressed glitter. I'm not down with it.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's almost like if you look at it, like if you did it in like little four squares or just like cut in the middle, you just have like two ColourPop palettes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. You would have the It's My Pleasure, their first purple palette, and then like one of their mauve palettes recently, or like their lilac palette. It's like those two smashed together.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I don't think it's bringing anything new to the table, but I like that they have a mix of like those like orangey colors with the purple.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's a big ass mirror in that bitch. I mean,
Well, a mirror
Is
with
it?
a weird shape. It's like a gym.
It is a weird
it's like
shape.
a gym
Amethyst.
shape. They are
Spiky
also.
Berry.
I just noticed they're doing some brushes that are kind of like the Cleona brushes.
Oh.
If you look at the top left corner, but
Yeah, I
they're not
see
as
that.
pretty.
Excuse me.
I don't know. I don't like this glitter trend. I
Yeah, I don't want a shit ton of glitter everywhere.
I don't
No.
hate them, but I don't like them in palettes because glitter fucking like migrates.
It does.
Yeah.
Like, the glitter
Understand
from your
boundaries.
eye 4 fucking weeks ago is like on your titty. Like it was on your eye, and you don't know how it got to the titty region 4 weeks
Like
later.
rays down.
Like you've had all of these showers, you've washed your face, and one day you look and you're like, where the fuck did you come from?
Well, you know what? No, to be honest, that happens to me at the movies too. Like I find popcorn in my bra. I have to wear like turtlenecks to the movies because otherwise everything just ends up in the bubular region.
But at least popcorn is biodegradable. Glitter is
Yeah,
not.
that's true.
So
This is true.
Yeah. Glitter is like apparently fucking up our whole lives. And Lauren May Beauty isn't buying it anymore.
So it sounds like this actually can go in
Hey, where did this start out?
Another
What
color.
you probably can't buy.
pressed glitter, and I took it away by accident. Pressed glitter and eyeshadow palette.
There you go.
Excuse me.
Yeah. But yeah, the thing I've heard about Peachy Queen too is that most of what they do is just like private label. And so they tend to release like a lot at one time. And I'm just like, I'm just not that into it.
I wouldn't buy it. I don't
No.
hate it, but I wouldn't buy it. I have no interest in it.
It's
I think-
$30. I definitely wouldn't buy it for $30.
Yeah, if it was like $10, I'd pick it up, but I'm not picking that shit up for $30. Like, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm being
No.
honest. I'm not
Like,
picking that up for $30. I've never heard of your
US
shit.
translates to like $50 Canadian. Plus, I'd probably have to pay 15 to 20 US shipping. So that's going to be like a $70 palette for me. That's a big hell no.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
I think
That
it
looks
looks pretty.
cool. What's happening
What is
here? I
this?
see tourists at the front, bitches.
Look
Sorry.
at that. This
This-
is the
Horoscope palettes still.
a Zodiac themed palettes from a brand called the Zodiac Cosmetics.
Here's hoping they're better than BH Cosmetics and their friggin'
Oh my
Zodiac. bullshit.
That Zodiac. What?
No, they're
Yeah.
not. What is that?
Oh, wow. That is. I don't want to say hideous, but
So
No,
they
I'm right with
released
you.
one for
disappointing.
every sign. There's Taurus.
Like
has
the
little
top
pop-
rows
No.
look the exact same.
The top rows are exactly the same.
it's weird.
Top left.
Okay. This
They're
is
That
like,
switched.
thing is all the colors look the same besides a couple
Two.
of them.
yeah. And what's weird about it is what this reminds me of is when you're at the bar and you just keep drinking until the other person is attractive. And that is how I feel about this palette. Just keep drinking. It'll start looking good in a minute.
I remember those days.
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah. I agree with Bethany. Why can't the inside be pretty like the outside? I
Yeah,
love
the
outside packaging
illustrations
is
of the
killing it.
outside.
Yeah, the outside packaging is banging. And then you open it and you're like, oh.
Yeah. I
Like, when
really
you pull
would
down the
love to
pants,
see
you're like-
somebody do like a good astrology collection.
Somebody,
Yeah.
yeah, like if somebody actually understands the astrology signs and then actually implements it. Like I can't. I bring nothing to this conversation because I know nothing
Yeah.
about like what makes an Aquarius an Aquarius. I don't know. But like if
Rather
you're
than
gonna
some-
no, but if you're gonna slap your name on it and then
Yeah.
pick colors to go with it, like do your research and at least
Yeah.
make it.
Because
I
there
don't
should definitely be more mustards and like for Taurus, there should be like more mustards and more earth tones. But the one that they pick is like, I don't know, it's just hot garbage. Like stuff.
It just looks like Walmart brand or something to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, these are 36mm pans, so they're those
Oh.
really big like Juvia's Place pans. And I'm like, that's way too much shadow to have such boring color stories.
I know. Like you see how in that picture, the first two shades are the exact same
they're
fucking
the
color.
exact same. And
Actually, and
the
then
third
the
shade on the left is the fourth shade on the right.
Yeah.
and the
and then
third shade on the bottom row is the same.
Yeah, and the middle shade on the left, like in the second row, is the exact same.
They've got like 20 different shades altogether, and they've
Oh my
got
gosh.
No,
Eight of the same
this
ones.
is just a recreated palette with two blues thrown in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's all they've
The-
done.
The more I stare at this, these two palettes have maybe 2 or 3 different colors.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would
absolutely.
say so. How much are they charging for this whole bag?
So right now they're 50% off, so they're $15 each, but that means they're regularly $30.
$30.
$30.
Fuck that.
No.
I think they're just trying to capitalize on people. Like it's like when you see a pen with your name on it, and you're like, "Oh, I have to have it. It has my name on it." I think that's what they're trying to hope that people are going to do. Be like, "Oh, it's Gemini. I need it." No, you
I'm
don't.
a Gemini. I'm such a Gemini. No,
You don't
And
do
then-
that.
you're not going to trick me.
Yeah, that's either a catfish product or that's a basic AF neutral palette, in my opinion.
It's a true cash grab.
That is
my-
a true.
that's-
Yeah, I would go with that. It is a true cat. We're not doing a good job of actually trying to get. Are we just going to do blackout bingo?
We'll get there. Or we play until we're bored and then we're like, okay, we're done.
There's a personality, not just a banging body. Good job, Bethany. I like that.
I
Yeah.
like that, Bethany. That's very true.
Thank
Can someone
you.
do a Taurus palette that's not dull? We're not dull, dang it. Yeah, I have a Taurus daughter. You guys are not dull. Not by a long shot.
Here's the thing. They're always like, Taurus is so earthy. Fuck you. Like, yeah, we're earthy, but we're not boring bitches. Like,
No. Danica's online.
Oh,
Hi,
hi,
Danica.
Danica.
hey,
Hello,
Danica.
Oh, okay. What else is what's going on? Why is she reposted? Purple palette is back in stock. I don't
Oh,
care.
look at her.
Did either of you
That's
buy
the first
that?
time.
I
Let's
didn't
have
buy
Jeffree
that.
Star.
Did anybody buy that?
I didn't.
No.
No. I just didn't want to store it. I didn't like hate the color story, but I didn't want to store it.
I think other people did a better job with purple than like I don't know. If you're gonna tell me that it's gonna be a fucking purple palette, I want to see a purple palette.
Yeah. Agreed.
That's all.
What is this?
I don't like NARS very much.
I don't either.
But I love to touch their packaging.
Yeah, I like their
I
packaging.
like to rub it. I'm like,
I just want to touch your package, NARS. That's all.
Can I get some of that over here, please?
On that note, time for a refill.
I've never seen a release from them where I'm like, oh my god, I need that. Like they don't excite me.
No.
It always looks like variations on a theme to me.
And this
I think it's because it looks fancy, bitch. Do you know, like, and not NARS is one of those brands that reminds me of like that when like 2016, 2017 timeframe when people had arrived and they were working with NARS or getting PR from NARS. But I don't feel like NARS was ever that great. Like, I'm not saying it sucks. I'm just saying I don't feel like it was ever worth the hype. I don't know.
I don't ever hear anybody talk about NARS anymore.
Are you saying their
feel
product
like
is
they
kind of like
evolved.
a catfish?
Mm.
I just don't feel
Bringing
like
his
they
A game.
evolved. I think they had their like real big moments, and then they just kind of coasted on cool packaging. Like even the bronzer or whatever in this collection that looks like bronze water reflecting.
Yeah.
Like that's beautiful.
It
But
is.
I also want to be excited about the product inside.
Yep.
I know.
And for me, like they're releasing these like powder chrome eye pigments. They're little potted shadows that look like extremely overpriced single shadows or like ColourPop shadows. And I'm just like, but why? Why are we doing this in 2020?
It just feels like sad. It's like, I don't know. Like you said, it's very beautiful, but it's like I always relate everything to my really crappy dating life. It's like when you get over there and you're like, oh my God, so attractive. And then they start talking and they're like, I like cheers. And you're like, oh, that went bad.
Yeah, I mean, those are pretty, but like,
relate everything to your dating life, Audra, because it's always hilarious.
I don't see spending. I don't know what the price of those are, but I'm guessing they're like north of 20 a piece.
Yeah, I think they're $20 US each at least.
Yeah, so like almost $30 Canadian, and you can get the exact same thing from like ColourPop. No, thank you.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna call this one?
Is that a catfish product?
What's the center square say there, kiddo?
Like
We're gonna try to aim for
It's
that
a
one.
ColourPop release because ColourPop always releases something.
Yeah.
So it's like the free square.
Center square for the win.
Yeah, and I really think NARS needs to like just let the orgasm horse die. That's a really weird statement to say. Taken out of context, like I never thought I would say that sentence. But like really, like can we stop banking on orgasm? Like we get it. You coined a phrase. Like we get it. Just calm down.
And to be fair, y'all, I have nothing against cheese. My lactose intolerant ass loves cheese. I'm just saying that it's awkward when you're like trying to have a dating conversation where you're like, oh, hey, how you doing? They're like, cheers. You're like, okay.
I bring cheese to the table. Back the fuck off there, sport. We're good.
Wait, is this catfish? Is that what we decided?
I think I threw it out there. I don't know.
Same shit, new packaging?
Yeah, I feel like it's same shit, new packaging to me.
Yeah,
I feel like it is.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I don't think they
that annoys
changed
me.
anything.
It's like releasing new stuff and it's actually just the same bullshit.
Always free.
Okay, what is this?
Super drunk.
What is that?
The KKW Beauty.
I knew it was going to be their hot garbage shit. I'm sorry.
As soon as I see KKW, I'm just like,
Is that Kim
I don't want to
Kardashian?
try it. I don't care. I don't want it.
Don't
This
care.
is the $45 Skin Perfecting Body Foundation.
What the fuck is body foundation?
$35 container of body shimmer.
Nope.
A $27 container of loose shimmer for. Wait, how is it different? Loose shimmer for face and body. A brush for the body that's $32.
What the fuck is this?
No, fuck you,
Does it
Kim.
come with a copy of her sex tape?
No.
'Cause
No. But who wants to watch that anyway? It's just her going, oh my God, this is so good.
I would give her I think body foundation makes absolute perfect sense for her brand. I don't care about it and I don't want it.
I don't want it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, okay. The time
Every time I
it takes me to
one
put
of
my
her-
makeup on, and then you're gonna be like, oh, let me tan my hands so that I can wash them, and then, like, that's dumb.
No, I am not one bit interested. I get it. Like some people want it because they have varicose veins or whatever, but like, no.
Yeah.
Looks like
I
makeup.
also, like that Danik said, makeup that got left in a makeup bag with powders, getting them all gross and crusty.
It does.
I don't. I just every time I see one of her releases, I just yawn. Like I
I
just
do
like
too.
fall asleep. Like
Well, they can't. None of them can talk about their products at all. Like you ask them that stuff, they're like, oh yeah, like it's just like for your face.
I am not opposed to bad TV, but I cannot watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. How are they a thing? I like absolutely mystified about that because
I don't understand it
so
because
rapid. Like,
Yeah.
what did they
like
bring?
everything
to
they are you gonna work out, Courtney? No.
Yeah, like people
Okay.
are dying, Kim.
Like their whole conversation just sounds like they're like really, really tired. Like every time they talk to each other, like
They bore
Are you
themselves. That's
Yeah.
they're like, yeah. I've got a hair somewhere on my face. Yeah,
I hate
Oh,
when
it's
that
the worst
happens.
feeling.
Sometimes it's hair in my face.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah, Audra's Kardashian impression for the win. Absolutely.
Here's my body foundation. It like foundations your body. That would be her sales pitch.
I know. Well, Kim, what's great. You got a body foundation. What are you gonna do with that?
Oh,
Okay.
Courtney makes me a little upset about my name. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you gotta
know,
work
it's
harder
okay.
for them, don't you? Fuck, man.
God bless. You shouldn't have to change it. Fuck them.
No.
It's like Michael Bolton in Office Space.
Is that like? Is there a square for boring as hell?
Yeah, like it's so boring.
It's not
Well,
in it.
It could either be a collab with somebody not known for their makeup, because Kim's not doing her makeup. I don't think she's known for her makeup. I think Mario is known for his makeup.
Uh-huh.
Or a collab or product that won't die. Or a millennial pink packaging. Or
Let's go the-
even they're tired of her shit.
Not known
Wait.
for her makeup.
I said they're like I'm not one. I just recently found I'm a fucking millennial. What the fuck?
We're like right on the cusp, eh, Audra? We're like
yeah.
riding that line. We're the elder millennials.
That's the
We're
thing, it's
the
such a big
millennials.
range.
We're the
I
OG.
feel like they should have split it up more. Like, I don't think it's the same like range.
It isn't, but it's weird. I'm like,
Everybody says millennial pink. I don't. Whatever. I don't
okay,
care.
millennial pink packaging. It is.
Yeah, we can move it.
Again, against three of us.
This is
Okay.
not transfer, Bethany asks, and I agree. Like, if you cross your legs in the summer, like, what the fuck's gonna happen with that shit?
I'm
That-
so sweaty in the summer. I
I
would
sweat,
not put
yeah.
anything on with color.
I'm like,
Listen, my thighs are sweating
like
now.
running down my leg. I don't need like foundation pooling at my ankles. Fuck
Thank
that.
you. And on top of that, like it's summertime, most of us I think are going commando. So it's like you don't need that. Like you know what I'm talking about right there? That sweat line. That like what is the?
I'm not going commando, but like I get where you're coming from.
What do we call that area? Like the V-neck? I don't know. Like that area right fucking there. Like it's like whoop.
Yeah,
Like
like
your
you're not
side
wearing a
vagina.
skirt with this shit on because it's gonna rub all over the place.
Oh my god! Could you imagine
Yeah,
like leaving your
shut
brown
up.
leg print imprints on somebody's
Chub
face?
rub.
Yeah, shop rub with friggin' body foundation. No, thank you.
Mm-mm.
Like imagine like a dude's leaving your house and he's spreading shit all over his fucking
Why are my ears? got
Why is my
foundation
face?
on?
What are these lines? What's going on? He's probably clueless.
Or you were at his place and his like white sheets happen to be now tan because
Girl.
they're
You like
covered in.
skedaddle before he
Fuck.
wakes up, and you're like, "See ya, peace out."
Listen, I already have to like do a whole lock it in place production if I have to go stay at somebody's house for my face because I'm like, listen, these motherfuckers be wandering around with white pillowcases. I don't know what's wrong with them, but I gotta
Yes.
respect them.
Who
And
has
they're
white
white
pillowcases?
I don't know, monsters. They're just psychopaths because who does that? What kind of psychopath has white sheets? Like,
Boys that don't wear makeup have white.
No, nobody
Come
has
on.
white sheets.
No
oh, this
sheets.
dude I knew did. And
Or
it was,
black sheets for that matter. Like
I
you gotta
read
go for a
black
neutral
sheets.
color.
Like a deep gray is usually like the sweet spot. Like
yeah, I have like
don't
gray.
see-
I have some that are kind of like this color.
Like that.
But it's like
Skid mark upgrade. Hotel.
now I'm
Courtney's
gonna like
right. Hotels only have white sheets.
yeah, but like in your house, like the guy did. I knew he was a psychopath anyway, and he couldn't.
What's an
Wait.
HP?
Dim Sum Girl, I have an all white bed. I got my head
Puppy?
and eating buffalo wings.
Dear.
Oh,
I mean, that's just living your best life, though. I like that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Hey, Chris.
Chris, you missed the conversation about body foundation thanks to Kim KW Beauty.
Maybe I
love
can amend
the
it.
egg
If you are
comment.
dating someone who is significantly brown, you shouldn't have any fucking white sheets. It's gonna be brown everywhere. And also, you know, if you're not gonna come,
Hi, Danica.
Danica, peace the fuck out, guys. What are you talking about? Hi, Danica.
Hi, Danica.
Welcome to the Saturday night stream. This is the kind of
You
here.
missed pineapple setting.
oh, Courtney, you get mascara on your pillowcase all the time. Damn.
Oh,
That
Nice.
makes every now and
Hmm.
But are y'all using the like what do y'all use to cleanse your face
I was
though?
gonna say, are you double cleansing or getting everything off your face?
then. Not every night. I will admit to that. I'm actually not that great with my skin. Like everybody's like, give me your skincare routine. Your skin looks nice. I'm like, okay, well, it looks nice, but I treat it like shit. I don't.
Well, don't stop doing that then.
Yeah, right. Like,
Yeah.
Eat like shit more often, and you'll
Yeah.
have better skin. Simple
and
as
like
that.
sometimes I wash my face.
Oh my god, you're freaking me out.
I know. I know.
Up until I think when I was in like my mid 20s, I was doing that. Like I didn't clean off my makeup for every night for many years, and then I finally, my skin was okay the whole time, but I finally was like, you got to get your shit together. Like you got to stop doing that.
I'm
No.
overly
Oh my God.
reliant on makeup wipes, much to Robert Welsh's chagrin.
Oh my god. Oh
They're
god.
just like painful to me. I don't
Uh-huh.
even before he was like shouting it from the rooftop, which I appreciate.
Mm.
They are just usually like painful for me. They're not
I never
comfortable.
Ones from Costco aren't for me, but all the other ones are. But those are
Okay.
just like, and then I splash some water on it, maybe slap some moisturizer, and I go to bed.
I don't understand. Like you guys,
It's working.
this is
Like, I don't
me.
have to
This
get
is-
kitchen on or anything.
I have been smash hammered drunk. I have been like, and then I've been like, go wash my face. Like
I applaud you
nothing,
for that.
nothing will stop me.
I inherited the like going gray at 24 gene, so I'm very glad that I have the like at least don't wrinkle too early gene. I'm okay with my skin. I'm good. But people are like, "What's your skincare routine?" I'm like, "Wash it with water." Pat it dry. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
Meanwhile, I'm like, would you like to see my cupboard? Like, fucking,
You've got like one of those fridges with your shit in the fridge.
listen, it's like Narnia, okay?
Every product you use though looks so nice. I know somebody in the chat mentioned Hada Labo, and that one moisturizer that you used from Hada Labo is still like in my dreams because it just made your face look like glass,
I don't know
Like,
what that word means. What does
glowing
that word
from inside.
I take a nap in my makeup. Yeah, me too, Courtney. High five.
Stinky Eggs mentioned the Hada Labo foaming cleanser,
Hell yeah.
but yeah, the
I've never heard of
moisturizer
that.
you used from them looked
Yeah.
amazing.
That shit, it was making my skin like bloop bloop. That's the only time, because that's how it feels when you change your face, like bloop bloop, and you're like, so moist. Anyways.
Speaking of kind of bad skin, I feel like this doesn't look great in the image. This Too Faced thing. I don't.
I don't-
What
What are they trying to do here?
pick a lane and figure out what they're going to do. Are they going to do like nice, somewhat sophisticated packaging like this, or are they going to do like the Pretty Mess or whatever the fuck it was called, or the Clover stuff? Are they going to be
Yeah.
cutesy, sexy, or sophisticated? Which one is it?
Yeah, there's too much going on. Because it's like, we're pretty rich. We're so fucking rich.
Yeah, you talked about that today in your video, Kara, with the neutral palette. You were like, "What lane are you in?"
Yes.
Yeah, because you don't
Like-
know. Because like right here, it's like sort of sophisticated. Like it's like right in
Yeah.
that line because it's almost like Cher from Too Faced, but or sorry.
Yeah, no, I
Clueless.
agree. from Clueless.
But like it's functional packaging. This
Yeah.
like it's not. There's nothing offensive about it. And then they do that weird shit where like the pans are all like askew and ridiculous. And like,
And this-
what is that?
This almost reminds me of like older Too Faced. So this is a primed and poreless texture smoothing powder, and then a primed and poreless blurring face primer. Like this kind of reminds me of the Too Faced that I discovered when I discovered them.
Yeah.
But this is also like products that have been out on the market 1,000 times over for years. So I'm like, you're doing this now, Too Faced? Why?
Yeah, dim sum girls had Two Face. Is there a box for privileged bigots who blackmail people? I don't think there is.
Yeah.
What do you think, Barry? Would you buy that?
I don't even know what the hell it is. It's a
You're
box with white shit in it.
I
It
love
was-
that you're
and
still
it's
just
like-
hanging out here. You have no idea what the fuck we're talking about, but you're
I
still
like
hanging
your
I could
random,
hang out
random
beside
comments, though.
you.
Yeah, it's so that I don't look, like my pores are the size that they actually are.
Is it
But,
silly
like-
buddy?
I think it's a
Pretty
primer.
much.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like spackle for your face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Primers
Okay.
are essentially ways for us to look like our skin didn't age, even though it did.
Oh, Becky's right. The primed and poreless powder existed already, so this is a re-release.
That's what I
Maybe they
thought.
reformulated it, but it's basically a re-release. Yeah, I just
Okay.
feel like everyone's
Cara
talking
Jean.
about like, oh hey Cara Jean. Everyone's talking about glowy skin these days, and Too Faced releases matte powder.
Hey, that's actually
That
a smart move.
tracks.
No, it's a smart move because oily bitches will need this so that they can look dewy. Because like
Fair.
I have stuff that I use to mattify my skin so that I can use dewy stuff so that I don't look like, I think T said it best from Nappy Headed Hobo. She was like, I look like I ate all the fried chicken. And I don't want to look like that. Like I don't want to look like I ate all the fried chicken. Like
Can I do your makeup sometime?
Nope.
That's fair.
come on, Barry.
No.
He won't let me
Does
do it.
fit?
It's like a hard line. He won't do it.
Oh.
So where are we gonna put that? Is that the millennial pink?
Oh, Amy's here too.
Hey, Amy.
Hey Amy.
Yeah, I feel like Too Faced is just swimming in the pool by themselves and just being like, hey, let's just
Yeah.
release this. And like they have no fucks given for any trends or anything like that. They're just like, nah, let's do
Yeah.
this.
They kind of
No, we should have put that
have
10K shit in a bundle deal no one wants.
I know, but there's not an actual bundle deal.
Oh,
Sometimes
God,
you
I thought it
don't
was.
find a spot on the card for releases, and then I get annoyed. I'm like, well,
You
nah.
need a free space on the card.
I mean, I
fair.
don't really know what that would be. It's like it's Two-Faced. You just need to have a spot that's like Two-Faced.
Like more bullshit? Question mark.
I know.
Okay.
What piercing,
was-
Courtney? Sorry.
If I can. Look, y'all.
Get that piercing is okay. No makeup though.
I don't know what
don't
that's in
know.
relation to. I missed that one.
Yeah, I missed that.
You guys.
Debating on Hollywood
Um,
Flawless filter. I love my Hollywood Flawless
Do you
filter,
all
but I'm
feel
also
like
not oily, so
I still want that, but I didn't buy it.
I'm gonna show y'all my toddler right quick because like he's out. It's so cute. He's fucking knocked out. Finally.
Wait,
Sorry.
I'm going to
let's skip that one. The
move
Sunday
so we
Riley
can
was boring.
see.
He knew I was
Did you
looking
already
at him.
show
I
it?
was
Did I
like,
miss?
From the
Okay.
last live. I missed you. The summer.
hey, Amy living in Chrysalis. How you doing, ma'am?
Ma'am.
I'm
I
gonna
like the
skip
word
this.
ma'am.
Yeah,
A
skip
lip
the-
balm.
Yeah, it's boring. Fucking
The
skip
fuck is that?
boring too.
I don't care about Drunk
fuck is
Elephant
that? I
don't
and their
care.
overpriced body and hair products.
I'm sorry.
I
That's
don't care about him at all.
They look CGI.
They honestly, they're the only brand that has ever broken my skin out. Like normally, I could whack my skin with like fucking olive oil or some shit, and it would be totally fine with it. Drunk Elephant, I use their some shit I can't remember what it's called, and my skin was like little white bumps everywhere.
Oh,
Everywhere.
Jesus.
I was like,
I
Ooh,
like
like
some
bum.
of their stuff, but they're also way overpriced.
Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
problem with them. It was like there was some kind of moisturizer I was using that was pretty badass. But I was like, I'm not paying $60 for this tub.
Their
Yeah.
eye cream, the one they released more recently, the like C Tango or something. I went through a whole container of that. I don't think it was expensive. I liked it, but I'm not gonna buy it again.
Did they just re-release this shit? Because they already had that melted shit come out once.
But they have this new ugly highlighter that I mean,
It looks like a gem.
Okay, I don't want to store that. And also, that doesn't look flattering on any of those skin tones.
No.
No, go back to that because it looks like on all of those skin tones, it looks like somebody pissed on them.
Highlighter, but like it doesn't
It's a
look.
highlighter.
or like put Cheeto dust on them. Like
Yeah,
It's not flattering on anybody. Nobody is wearing that. Fucking Too Faced, take a seat. Nobody's wearing your shit.
who's wearing that? Like
Nobody.
And I
What?
think they released more colors of their matte liquid lipsticks. But again,
Yeah.
who's
But like those, okay.
wearing-
But like
who's
it's
buying them?
summertime. Nobody's wearing liquid lipsticks in the summer.
But did anybody get those? Like those melted?
Bethany!
I cannot breathe. I cannot breathe. Fucking tired.
That's hilarious.
Okay,
Very
so-
Trump-esque.
Y'all are welcome back into my channel anytime, just so you know.
Oh my god.
Go get Chris
So
Barker
here's
for
the
the
thing.
Cheetah Gram.
If you've ever tried the Too Faced melted ones, did any of y'all try? Orange Galactic is fuck.
Looks like they slathered Bain de Soleil on their arms. It looks awful.
It does look disgusting.
Yeah.
Like
It
it's
doesn't like it's not it's not a shade that flatters anybody. Like fuck you, Too Faced. No.
I mean, you know, maybe it's flattering for your feet, you know? Just
Maybe.
slathered on the tops of your feet.
For my OnlyFans for $25, I will slather that shit all over my feet.
And see, those melted lips are so gross. I've tried them. They are disgusting. It like you put it on and your lips literally, it feels like you.
They're not my favorite formula.
I also
Not-
really just hate all these brands doing obviously Photoshop swatches.
Yes.
These are
Yeah.
not real
Yes.
swatches on anyone's
Yeah.
skin tone.
And these are not unique shades at all.
No.
So they're not bringing anything new to the table. So move along. You're boring. Too
You know, it's so obvious. Like, what's weird about how obvious it is, I'm like pointing like y'all motherfuckers can see me. But what was weird about that picture is like how obvious that Photoshop was. It's just like where they placed it. Like, y'all couldn't even bother
I
to
don't
look
care.
like bend on the arm a little bit.
Yes,
Sure.
Just
exactly.
straight across.
But like
That's-
these brands do it and then other brands copy it. Like, no, your arm curves. Nobody's getting swatches like that.
I've done design work based on Photoshop where we take, like, I would take one fabric pattern and just do it in different colorways on a body, and like you add shadows, then you make it curve and warp, and
Right.
like it sounds complicated, but it's not. I
and
could do better swatches than what they're doing,
I
and I'm a
know.
Yeah.
fucking amateur, and you're releasing this, and you're two-faced.
Yeah, it drives me a little bit
Oh
crazy.
no, baby. Amy living in Chrysalis, I also still prefer a bullet lipstick or a lip gloss. I'm not fucking with liquid lip anymore. I'm done with that. It
Yep.
makes my lips dry and crusty and hard, and it's horrible. Like, why have we been lying to ourselves about liquid lip? We always have to put gloss on top of it so we don't have the Sahara happening, so it doesn't crack up and fucking kill us. Like, we're killing ourselves with liquid lip.
I'm still a liquid lipstick fan. I am, but I'm very picky about them.
And I also hate gloss on top of liquid lipstick because to
Yes.
me it's so thick and gross. So,
Yes, it creates like a
Ooh.
cake.
yeah, it's
Like
like,
a flower
wall
on your
of
mouth.
liquid.
Those two, no, the Tarte, not the matte ones that they have, but like the other liquid lipstick that they have, they become this like
Yeah, that one.
line of gumminess, and I'm like, no,
Yeah, the
why?
butthole lip
Nobody
that you
wants
do right
it.
there, where you're like, little.
Mm-mm.
So gross. I don't.
I've never tried the Lunar Beauty liquid lip formula. I think if I was
I
going to try
haven't either.
anybody, I might try theirs.
I
Yeah.
wanted to when they were like 50% off, but their shipping was like $20 to Canada. Like,
Jesus.
no, not doing that.
Fuck, we live in the States.
Okay.
I'm not moving to the States.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
We pay extra shipping, but we get free healthcare. Fuck you guys.
listen, Carol. We're all trying to find ways to sneak out. Okay, don't.
yeah.
You are more than welcome to come stay with us.
We've got a
Come
huge
to us.
basement. Everybody can stay.
We've got a crazy toddler, but hey, man, you guys have a crazy toddler running your fucking country. So
Hey now. No.
Okay.
What is this? Is this matte?
This is MAC, and this is another liquid lipstick, but these look like they're okay. It's the Powder Kiss liquid lip color. It's a creamy formula, hydrates for up to 10 hours, a matte powder that gives your lips volume and smoothness.
No.
If it has matte kiss
Yeah,
or whatever
no.
the hell in the name, I'm like, nope, the fuck, nope. Because
No.
I have one of their power mattes. Is that what they're called? Powder Kiss. Smell this and tell me what it smells like. Wasn't
I
it?
can't smell it.
Oh fuck! I forgot. He has a stupid nose that doesn't work.
It
smells like this one is the powder kiss, obviously bullet lipstick. It smells like road tar, or like if you set a tire on fire, this is what it would smell like. It's
Really
horrible. How do you not
I
smell
can't
that?
breathe.
These
my
just
nose is
make
like
me think
20
of
times
the.
larger than anybody else's in the world, and I can't use it.
It doesn't work.
Barry, don't worry about it. Most men have a horrible sense of smell. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I didn't know that. These
Yeah.
remind me of
Makes
the
sense.
ColourPop Blur, Liquid Blur, whatever. They've had some like blotted liquid lips.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
just
look
don't get it.
matte and uneven and
But it-
not really good.
Again, though, like the colors are not inspiring. With the
And
exception
they're
of that
splotchy.
orange on the
They
top.
do
like
look splotchy, Courtney.
I like the orange, but that's about
Yeah.
it. And they just don't look like they'd be comfortable. And I'm not going to pay
No.
that much for it.
No.
Listen, as soon as you say like anything 8 or more hour wear, I already
I don't
feel
want
my lips dying. Like
Yeah.
they're already sucked back into my face, and we're like,
But I
"Mm-mm."
also call bullshit as soon as they do, especially when
Yeah.
they get like really creative and they're like 15-hour wear. I'm like, that's a really weird time.
You literally
frame.
pulled that number out of your ass.
Yes, or like 25-hour wear. I'm like, first of all, I don't need my lipstick to last anywhere near 24 hours, but also 25? That's super specific. I want to see a brand come out and be like 3 hours, 32 minutes. Then I might actually believe it.
I also agree with
Same.
Courtney. If you want blotted, blurred lips, just blot with like the millions of lip products you already have in your collection.
Yeah.
Because that's what you can do with lipstick.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing is like liquid lip, like so with lip products, and I know we do this with all of them, but with lip products, I find it's the worst where you consistently buy the same shade over and over and over again. That's why I like lip gloss, because with lip gloss, I will be more exciting and adventurous, but with like lip color, like actual lipstick or an actual liquid lip, like I end up with 52 of the same fucking shade, and I don't know how it happened. I'll look at my lip gloss. I'm like, how is this a menagerie? And over here, it's just like
The last time I did
berry.
the
The
last
color,
time I
not
did a
you.
lipstick declutter, I like brought out all of my orange lipsticks and then all of my pink lipsticks, and I was like, which formula is the best of these bright ass oranges or whatever color it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I end up buying the same color over and over again, just in different formulas, and then there's only one that I actually like.
Yeah.
I've been
so-
saying that for years.
Aw.
I'm saying I have too much makeup in general.
You have like
I
25,000
know.
shades of the same shade.
That's good to know, though, Cara J, about the Kaja lip stains. I kind of am digging the Kaja line of stuff. I kind of like their
Oh.
shit. With the exception of that roll-on highlighter, that was fuckery. I didn't like that.
That was so dumb.
I never
I
bought
like
it.
what
but
Courtney said. Lasts exactly 4 hours, the time between application and lunch.
That's all I
Yeah.
needed to last. I don't need
Okay.
a lipstick to last 8 hours, because by like hour 8, it looks like hot garbage.
Yeah.
Like, I just
Because like I get the point. Like the point of coming out with these is essentially to stop lipstick from being all over fucking everything, right? Because like you went to the bar and your lipstick was all over the glass, and like you go back some other time, there's still lipstick on the glass. Like it's true. Coronavirus. So then so you run into this stuff. I'm sorry, I watched too much TikTok and that sound is like stuck in my head. But
So dim sum girls talking about the Maybelline Super Stays. I like them. I just wish they weren't so sticky.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I had that
one
too.
of them, and they're just too sticky for me.
They were, yeah. I got them in like I really think that I got those in an influencer campaign.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
And it's
had like
weird
a
'cause, like,
whole
I
They
don't
were like
really-
one of the first videos I did was a swatch video of them.
Oh, they
Mm.
don't move though. I can't imagine doing a swatch video of that. I feel like
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah, my lips were angry. if I recall correctly. They were a little like, why are you doing this to me? I'm like, because we're a fucking YouTuber now, my friend.
It's my thing.
So what do we call this one? Boring as
Oh.
fuck? No, I'm sorry, that's not there.
Nobody asked for this. Is there a
Yeah.
category for that?
Oh, there
Yeah.
should be a nobody asked for this.
Definitely.
I want to say
Yes.
a product that won't die because, like, can we just let liquid lipstick die?
Yes. Sorry, Kara.
That's okay. No, man, I am really enjoying lip oils lately. Like that's my jam right now. But I do like a liquid lipstick every now and then, but it has to be a specific formula.
Yeah, I like to put on a liquid lip when I'm, trying to punish myself for overspending or something. You like what you did? You like what you did?
Adulation. What is this bullshit friggin' shade
Kara.
range right here?
Oh
What
my
is this
God.
nonsense?
It's
Okay, this
light
is
to dark, girl.
this is the Kevin Aquan.
I think dark could be
Stripped.
put in air quotes because that is not dark.
Dark.
Jesus.
The
That is-
stripped nude skin tint with sheer to light coverage.
That darkest one is me after sitting out in the sun for an hour.
Let's say that darkest one is you right now.
No,
Yeah,
that's
like
only you if you are slightly tinged green underneath because the undertone on that bitch is olive.
I just need to eat some more olives and I'm good. No, that is not a shade range. Fuck you, Kevin Aquan. I realize he's dead. I'm sorry. I apologize. Fuck you, product development. That is dumb.
That goes straight into a complexion release with a terrible range.
Yes, that's hideous.
I
But
feel like that's
also-
probably an easy spot to fill every goddamn week.
Well, what's weird is I'm just kind of looking at it, like I'm like staring at this instead of my phone. Don't look at me weird. But
Well,
if
it's
you look at it, the undertones from all of it, it's garbage. Like just looking through
Yellow,
the-
green, yellow, yellow. Like if you're pink based, fuck you. You're not
Yeah.
getting anything.
The middle color to me is so olive that it's like would
Yes.
only fit a very small, like, and also I guess for me, if you like sheer coverage, I'm just in the camp of like just spot conceal.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of these brands like bank on this sheer coverage thing to get away with bullshit shade ranges like this. 'Cause
Yes.
they're like,
Correct.
oh, a shade will cover 4 different shades. We don't have to do dark. Yes, you fucking do.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
you
you're
do.
still gonna look ashy as fuck on somebody that's super dark.
Thank you.
Nima
because, like, I
Tang is
found
not
those-
wearing that deepest shade. She's
No,
not
she's
wearing
not.
that.
No.
She's first of all, she's not Dookie Green underneath either. So
Well,
like,
who
this-
is?
No.
Maybe somebody is Dookie Green underneath. Who knows? I don't know everybody's skin tone. I got like 3 different ones. But the problem is, but I guess what gets me about this kind of shit, like, because I've seen this, if you guys knew, I've been searching for a good sheer foundation to be able to review. I can't fucking find one that is my shade. Like virtually all of them. Most of them have like 5 shades, if that. And I'm just sitting there like, so you don't think I want to? Okay. I'll just put up sunscreen. Fuck you guys.
I don't know the shade range, so I might be off base. But the NYX, they have a sheer tinted thing in a pink container.
Yeah.
Bear with me or whatever.
Bear with me, yes.
I
I
like
have
that
that.
line. I like
It's
that line.
really, really sheer coverage. They might have colors deep enough, but I don't know. But I know that
Ooh.
NYX is like, I feel like they're trying a little bit more. Also, this is $42. To come out with a product that's $42 and have 10 shitty colors like this is ridiculous.
No,
They
it's
literally
ridiculous.
took yellow and olive. They were like, that's all. The
Yep.
only undertones there are yellow
Rosy
and olive.
people, go about your day. You're not getting anything here.
Yeah.
Depending on, it depends on my mood. I can do a red undertone if I feel like it, or I can do yellow if I feel like it. It just depends on which one I'm feeling like doing.
I love that this is based on your mood. Totally nothing to do with your skin. Just purely based on your mood. I feel angry, so red'll work.
Because here's the thing, it's because fuck you guys, it's because both will work.
I love you.
Both,
ways of being neutral, I guess.
yeah. So both work. It just depends on if I'm feeling like a sassy bitch, and when I'm feeling like a sassy bitch, I go for red. But I'm like, look at this shit. And then if I'm feeling like kind of like not as sassy, but like just a little chill, I'll do like the yellow and be like, look at this shit. It's the same either side.
Oh, sorry, I just snorted.
Nice snort, man.
Also, Bonnie asked where we are from. We're in Canada.
We're in
You
Canada.
fucking know that. Oh my god. We're in Barrie, Ontario.
Like, my name's Barry. I live in Barrie.
Sorry.
I sell berries.
We're like an hour north of Toronto.
I'm in Texas.
And I'm in Brooklyn, New York.
The stars at night are big and
I
bright.
agree with Courtney.
I've been
I
the
listen
heart
to
of
this
Texas.
The only reason I know that song is from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I only know it because my mother used to listen to that song all the time.
Because your mother was like 90.
I'm trying to be
Still-
extra careful because I don't want any neighbors to hear it. And because like as soon as that's a fucking mating call in the States.
Oh, well, like, see, like the people in Italy that are singing outside of their windows and like blah blah blah, whatever trololo or whatever the fuck they're singing. You can sing that outside of your balcony. You can just be like deep in the heart and just wait for the echo call to come back. Oh, Texas, right? Put that
wait for
shit
the
on
clap.
TikTok. You'll be famous. I'm gonna have a drink now.
Bethany, you are
killing
fun.
me.
I wish Band-Aid was adjusted to my mood. I've clapped along because I'm fun. I love this group so
I
much.
do too. This is so awesome.
Everyone that's in the chat right now, I appreciate y'all.
Sincerely, sincerely. So glad to have you.
Oh,
Okay, what's next?
Okay, what's next?
What other new
is-
fabulous fun thing was
Let's
coming
see.
our way?
What the fuck
The
is that?
A lip balm
Listen.
from Jeffree
What are
Star.
Sale, is that it?
You
Tattoo.
can't wipe your ass with us.
Oh, you cannot.
No, that's why you pay someone to do it, apparently.
To what? Wipe your ass?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to stab your whole asshole with a thumbnal like that.
That's going to be painful.
Best date night ever.
Oh, God.
What is?
No.
Okay,
What are we looking at here? I like the outer packaging. It's
These
banging.
pads are from Revolution Pro Makeup
Oh.
Resolution.
Oh.
They've obviously
my-
copied Tarte. Tarte had an
Catfish.
older foil finger paint palette that looked just like the top right blue packaging.
Right here.
Then they have I think bronzers too.
No, I look exactly
Ah.
like yours.
That outer
Lip
packaging is
glosses,
gorgeous.
You know what else-
bronzers, and face powders.
Linda Hallberg also has palettes that are similar to these.
Oh, you're right, because she does that texture on the. She has a similar texture on the package on the powders.
Oh, that packaging's gorgeous.
It
I
really
saw
is.
like actual swatches of these though, and they looked beyond what the brand released, and they looked horrific. Like
I figured
they
really
would.
bad.
Can brands stop photoshopping their fucking swatches? Do they think that people are not going to buy these products and produce like swatch photos themselves? Like, stop doing that.
I don't know, because like this is why, like, Kara, this is why both of our reactions when she said, "Oh, it's Revolution Pro," both of us were like, "Oh," because we knew it was
Exactly.
going to happen. We knew it's going to look pretty, but realistically, like, I don't buy their shit because it's hot garbage and they actually have
The
it.
only thing that I've ever gotten from them, which I got recently, they released some palettes that look like Pat McGrath kind of knockoffs,
Mhm.
and they're not bad. Actually, I'll grab one. But these quads are $15. As a reference point, that's the same price as like a Makeup Geek quad.
That's a lot of money
Yeah.
for Makeup Revolution.
I
They
that-
just
I think
came to
that's-
Shoppers Drug Mart up here in Canada. Like, they've just finally made it onto the shelf. But I don't know anything about this brand except that they like knock everybody off. Like, they do.
Yeah.
Like,
But I think that they changed it. I don't think it's like makeup, or I think it's just Revolution now.
like I don't even know. I don't like Makeup Revolution, Makeup
well,
by
that's the
Revolution.
thing
Like,
is that they have like a million different lines under different names.
I don't know,
but
but
I
that
think it's
packaging
all
is banging. It's gorgeous.
I'm getting a refill. I'll be right back.
So like this is a palette that I picked up.
I'll take a
Speaking
Caesar.
of a purple palette, this is actually pretty nice, and this is not a direct copy of a Pat McGrath one, but it's like some of the they have other palettes that look like Pat McGrath ones.
Oh, it does look like a Pat McGrath. It does.
But it's not a color palette that Pat has out right now.
No, but the shape of it and everything looks like that.
Yeah. And they have one out that looks like it's almost very similar to the Bronze Seduction one that everyone freaked out over. This is not bad. I'm not like head over heels with it, but if you're looking for like a purple drugstore palette, I actually think it's pretty solid. But these quads, I wish they had like not spent so much time and money on the packaging
I know.
and just done
The
something like a
packaging is
step down.
gorgeous, but like that's what you're paying for it. You're just paying for the packaging.
You know what? They should have just like given us the packaging and just
Yeah,
left the shit
or
out.
given us compact. If they
Yeah, just
released
been like
mirror
put your own
compact-
shit in it.
Yeah, if that was a mirror compact, I'd be like, let's buy 3 of them.
Yeah,
But I don't want the shit that's inside of it.
Yeah,
I really don't
Or-
either.
Unpainted hammer and chisels and hot
Amy,
glue.
I want some of them, not gonna lie. Yeah, I get it. I have no idea what their like content is like.
Ooh.
Can you
it's
scroll
not
up for a
on
second?
this.
Oh, go ahead. No, it's okay.
Yeah, Juvia's Place. You can't be fucking around when you have like Juvia's Place out there, and their shit's on sale right now, and
They
everybody
also-
shit's on sale right now. In case
They
you hadn't
have they
noticed.
released some bronzers with this collection, and the packaging actually looks really nice for the bronzers. But
Why not?
Oh, it does.
and not even pictured here. They look nice. So like if they had done that crazy stone packaging on their bronzers, I'd be like, I'll buy a bronzer, but I'm not gonna buy
Yeah.
a $15 eyeshadow quad.
No.
Oh.
Yeah,
No,
or I'm
that's
with
$4
Bethany.
a pan. That's almost Makeup Geek prices.
Well, guys, I don't know if you've been like online shopping lately, but like shit is going the fuck out of stock. Like, I don't know if you've paid attention to that, but it's really like getting a little nuts. Like, I noticed it on Beauty Bay, and also I think on Beautylish, I started seeing a lot of stuff is like out of stock. People are starting to stress buy like motherfuckers. Like,
Wow.
I'm on like full spending lockdown right now. I'm just like, nope, can't do it because my income is like.
I know. And see, like, I feel terrible. That sucks. It's like I have to go to work. So like it's a cross thing where it's like good and bad, but yeah. So I'm just saying we're talking about all these products and stuff. I know people are probably gonna get the urge to buy. Don't stress buy like crazy fools out there, y'all.
No, pick and choose what you want, but like, I mean, I can't tell anybody what to do with their money, but
I can't either.
Don't just spend on pretty packaging. Make sure it's worth
Yeah.
more than that.
Yes. Or if you're gonna buy something and you're not sure, make sure you like if you can return a product, buy in a way where you can return it. Like
Yes.
with Makeup Revolution, I might like not these quads, but like this. I bought this because I bought it from Ulta and I could return it if I was unhappy with it.
Yeah.
And returning is not the best call for ecological reasons and all of that. But for somebody that doesn't have a ton of money, I'm gonna buy things that I can return so I can try them out and see.
Well, like I said in my sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like in my video today, I was like, if I could return this stupid Viseart palette, I would. But the stores are goddamn closed. Like,
can you put it in the mail? Can you return it that way?
Oh no.
I'd have to look into it, but like the shipping cost, because it was on sale when I bought it, the shipping cost is probably gonna like negate what I would get back. But they're probably gonna extend the return deadlines, I would imagine. But yeah, I just didn't like that Viseart palette at all. But whatever.
But you're right, Audra. Things are going out of stock, and I know. So I don't know if it's gonna come up tonight, but I picked up the Menagerie Cosmetics, the Pastel Pup palette, their pastel palette they released, and they sold out really quickly. And I got lucky to be able to get it. But they said they're like, we're not sure when we're gonna be able to restock it because we're not.
Yeah.
We don't know when we're gonna get supplies again from our like manufacturers, our suppliers. Because a lot of them are based in China or in other countries that are affected. So I think there's going to be a lot more like sold out products.
Well, and here's what I'll tell you guys from what I know. The gist of it is this. If it's not essential, a lot of stuff is not getting shipped right now.
Yeah.
So if it's not an essential good, it's like a lot of these products, a lot of this makeup, all this stuff, it's available here. That's what I'm telling people. I know you get tempted and you get freaked out, like to suppress your stress shop if you can, because it's here. They just can't ship it right now. They're using the resources because like there's stuff in the U.S. all over at Ulta's and Sephora's and makeup places all over, and they just can't. They can't ship it. Receiving can't take it. It's a whole deal. So they're making sure because a lot of the trucks that people share. Resources, and truckers are independent contractors for a lot of different ways, or they work for companies. So because of that, all of them are now being tasked with moving all of the essential goods. So Don't
Yeah.
freak out.
Gary's gonna take over for me. He's gonna talk all about packaging.
So I just
That's-
wanted y'all to know that, like, yeah, you may get free because it's more stressful now because it's not that you can go to the store. You know what I mean? You can't go to the store and be like, I'm gonna go see. And so that's, I think, what's causing a lot of the stress buying and that people normally wouldn't have. Even people who have income but they're working from home and they're getting like stressed out being home all the time. So, anyways, I didn't mean to bring us down. I just wanted to bring that up so people could just like.
No, that's good information. I don't think it's bringing you down at all. I even noticed, so I did make a purchase on one of the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. It was Thursday night, early Friday morning. And like in the last, I always talk about this, but like 3 or 4, maybe 5 years ago, when I first kind of knew of Ulta, to get it shipped from where I lived, like within Brooklyn, it would take like a week to 2 weeks for them to ship my product.
Yeah.
Like just because that was how it was. And over the last couple of years, they've stepped the fuck up and they're so much faster. And just with the purchase that I made late last week, I noticed I haven't gotten a shipping notification, and I'm like, chill out. There's
I
a
know.
lot of shit going on. I got my order confirmation. It'll get shipped when it gets shipped. Like, this is major first world problems, and like, and what you said is really helpful to remember that probably a big majority of people that were working in other fields are getting pulled to ship and move essential products.
Yes, because like the intense runs on the grocery stores, which by the way are finally starting to restock, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because everybody who got their freaky hoard on has gotten their shit, and now now they're able to actually restock, especially places where they actually put full lockdowns on. So they're starting to restock, but again, that shit was coming out of warehouses and all. Like you have all these people who are working and trying to get that stuff down. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit like I ordered something yesterday, I think it was. I ordered like a funky little wig because I like to order cheap ones before I decide to buy get a really good one to see if I like the style. And they were like, "Oh, you'll get the April 17th." I was like, "Well,
I will, I guess."
Not gonna last that long. So what the fuck is this?
Oh yeah, what is this? This is from Becca Cosmetics.
Ooh,
This is
yay,
their
I love Becca.
Summer 2020 Glow Collection, the Ignite Liquefied Light Highlighters.
Get up, man.
Yes, bitch. Listen, Becca is one of those brands that's fucking underrated. I've said that for a while, and like, and I was so happy that somebody else brought this up too. But Becca is underrated. They're like so good. Their foundations are.
I feel like I definitely have heard somebody else say like they're waiting for Becca to step up because they've been silent. I'm not a hardcore Becca highlighter lover. They're not my favorite, but these are pretty. They're $38 each. They're a liquid weightless highlighter for face and body. They're infused with a fragrant blend of juicy pineapple, fresh coconut, and orange flower.
Ooh.
I think they have an interesting color range too.
What is this, body highlighter? Sorry, I missed the first one.
Yeah, it's like.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, there is a super light hot. Yeah, girl, they cater to you.
And a deeper one. I mean, I don't
know.
know. You would have a better point of reference, but
no, they're hitting it. Because so a lot of people, what has annoyed me for a very long time about being dark is that a lot of highlights for a long time kept doing gold, and I was like, listen, I don't want to be gold. I want to be like bronzy and highlighty.
I was noticing this bottom color on this page, this like deeper but kind of reddish tone.
Yeah,
and I was rosy. Like, that's really pretty. That like rosy bronzy tone. I feel like that's really pretty.
Have a good night, Kara Jane. Jean.
Oh, good night, Kara.
Good night, Kara Jane.
Good night, Kara. You
and
sleepy.
I like the really pale, but I also like the pale pink. The like pink that's icy. Like, I don't know. I'm not into liquid body highlighters very much, but
me neither. They're pretty.
I would like see these in store and squirt out a swatch and see what I think of it.
It's it's the kind of thing I could see myself buying, but then not really using very much.
So I grabbed that Natasha Denona one. I'm sorry, but this is like, it's so chunky. Let me show you. Like I did a little bit there. This is my little run-in with it. It's just very chunky to me.
Hour and a half and we got 6 stars and we're not even close to a bingo. We're going for a full card, right?
Well,
Listen, like the first
Well,
45 minutes was like fucked up because Bo was like acting up.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's
Bo.
true. We were just
Like,
talking about
filming.
sex
I'll
stuff.
film for like 2 hours to edit it down to 35 to 45 minutes of me drinking and
Half of my
talking. So
footage is just me staring at the camera, being like, "What are you talking about?" Like trying again.
That is not my foot. Like listen, if I were ever to release my like random footage in the middle, it's just me doing things like, ugh, I farted. It smells so bad. Ugh.
live streams are like the closest thing to like the unedited me that I will show on the internet.
Yeah. Because it's bad. Like I'm passing gas, I'm saying weird shit, I'm doing weird dances.
I end up like breaking into song over everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like a freaking Disney character. Like, there is my highlighter. Oh, there you are. Like, it makes no sense. I'm like, delete.
Meanwhile, because I live alone, so like, and I have to talk to Bo all the time, and especially right now, like, there's nobody, like, I don't really get to go see people anymore. So, so now it's just like me and the new, character I made up, who's just like, you know what? I'm not paying for this shit. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not paying for this shit. Do you understand me? Do you understand me?
I feel like that we're all having a very hard time transitioning back to normal life when this is all said and done. You're gonna miss your weird roommate that you created. I'm gonna be like, fuck, man, I gotta wash my hair. Come on. I have to wear a bra. No.
I've been walking around just be like, these fucking dishes in here. Who the fuck lives here? Who lives here? Oh, Bo, are you gonna do the fucking dishes? They just look at me like this.
Oh,
Too funny.
gosh.
Poor Aspen.
Other
She's
the
missing
highlighter,
school.
yes, Chris.
She's talking today. She's like, "We're gonna go back to school next week, right?" I'm like, "Probably not till September, my friend." Poor thing.
No.
Yeah, so like, yeah, I have the Becca highlighter on now. But the thing is, I was like really excited that Robert Wells did say that. He's like, well, you have to put it on with purpose. And then another really exciting thing happened is like yesterday I was watching Nima Tang do a video and she was talking about her skin. She's like, my skin is really reflective. And she's like, so people think that I put this on or that I'm oily, but it's just reflective. It's like, girl, that's me too. Like there are times when people think like, so that's actually how I learned to apply my highlighter. Is my skin is just reflective in certain spots. So where the light is automatically reflecting, like, let's hit that.
You with your strong cheekbones and your gorgeous skin. Fuck you.
Seriously. I mean, but it is something that Robert Welsh has said.
single.
He's like, look at the light and see where the light hits on your face and then highlight there.
Yeah.
I love Robert Welsh. He needs like 3 million subscribers. He's amazing.
I know, because like when he does that thing where he sees something, he's
I love like his deadpan sense of humor. I want to meet him one day. I love him so much.
he just kills me when he does it. Because the one with the worst, where he was watching where that girl went and saw like the worst makeup artist, he was just like, he goes, her nails are making me sick.
But he always sounds so classy and he'd be like, okay, moving on.
The thing was, in that one moment when he said that, like you could, like I could almost see him barely containing the need to just be like,
I want to be friends with him. I love him so much.
Becky,
And
yes.
his brother James, yeah.
Sorry, stinky eggs. I legit washed my hair while it was still in a braid the other day. That's impressive. I like that.
That's a skill I like to see, learn,
That's
maybe.
hilarious. Was it by mistake or by design? We
Both.
need to
That's
flesh
the
this
question.
out a little.
Dim Sum Girl said I'm Asian, light bounces off my whole face.
Wait a second. Dim sum girl, you're Asian?
Mm.
Courtney saying, I've been doing stage makeup since I was a kid, so I had to kind of unlearn what I knew to do regular everyday makeup and with highlighters and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing, like I had to like unlearn some shit. So because when I started getting into makeup, which single women generally, or maybe perhaps unhappily married women at the time, we forget ourselves, right? We just like as women in general, we will just forget ourselves and we'll forget who we are and all this shit. And then you delve back into makeup and then you're like, what the fuck are the girlies doing today? And then you're just like, they're putting on all the concealer. And then you find out like that's too much concealer. But like, remember when we were all wandering around with like Glow Bright under our eyes? Moving on. We look way pissed off.
Also, stinky eggs, just
Aw.
laziness. We could totally hang. Like, high five to you.
Becky, I love washing my hair in the sink.
Yay. You whatever you need to do, whatever you can do to help yourself along, no judgment.
I absolutely love washing my hair in the sink. Actually, I do that as often as possible, if I'm honest, because I don't like hair off of the head.
I loved our Marco Polo chat today. Where
Oh
you're
my
like,
God, so awesome.
anybody else look like freaking Eminem? I'm like, no, but what the fuck is this? I look like Don King or whatever the hell his name
Don
is.
King.
So
Listen,
if anyone is missing like little like snarky conversations with friends, even if they're not friends that have ever lived in your same city, you should get them to download Marco Polo because it's
Yeah.
a delight.
Sponsored.
it is so fun.
It's basically little like voice video chats, but I don't
We've
know,
had a
it's just
full day
something.
conversation, the three of us all day, including Barry, 4 of us.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing.
What's great, like what I like about it is like I told Emily, or I think we were just chatting with each other. I was like, they created this, like the person who created this app is an extroverted introvert.
Yeah.
Like they created this because they're like, yeah, I want to talk to you, but like when the fuck I want to.
Exactly. It is right up my alley.
And
like,
I've
when
been
someone
doing
texts
that.
you, you feel pressure. You're like,
Yeah. And I feel like I've been doing that a little bit with Instagram, like with little like video chats in like DMs. But Marco Polo is just easier to deal with. But yeah, I've been doing that where I'm like, oh, if I feel like video chatting somebody, I can. And if I don't, I will text respond to them.
yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah. I love
It's a
it.
good balance.
I love video chats though, because I'm too lazy to type shit out and deal with my stupid autocorrect. Like, how does autocorrect still think that I'm talking about ducks? I'm not. I'm never talking about ducks.
Also, you get to show off your cute little bear hoodie.
And I don't know why.
It's so hard. I show up in my like friggin' bear hoodie, and she's like, "You're the cutest thing."
You are. You were like so funny. You're like, I'm in my bear hood. And I was like, I don't know how she's doing it. And then I realized that where you are, because like I'm over here, like the AC just kicked on. You know what I'm saying? Like it is pretty warm. And I'm like, what?
And I'm like, I'm hunkered down in my fleece. I'm like, I live here now.
Yeah, because like
It's
you
in
and
the middle
Lacey
where
did that.
It's like not super cold here, but also not super warm. So I'm just like,
Yeah, because y'all Northies are fucking me out. Because I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like Lacey did a chat and she's like got a blanket all over. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in Texas. Because like a couple days ago, it was 90 degrees. Like
Meanwhile, here it's like 10 degrees one day, minus 20 the next. Like, fuck, who knows what's gonna be?
yeah.
And our like male people, not male people. What the fuck are they? Weather people do not know what's going on. I swear to God, they just rely on a magic 8 ball. I swear to God.
No,
Night,
Like,
Bonnie.
you're 15 centimeters of snow tomorrow. I'm like, it's fucking sunny. What are you talking about? Like, it just never happens.
yeah.
Night Body's in. She's watching a show with a
Oh,
boyfriend.
that's fun. I also wanted to say, because I saw a couple of comments in the chat about people having trouble just getting up and doing regular things, and this is my like. I always like to say, you don't owe anybody your productivity. Take care of yourself. If you need to do nothing, and you can do nothing, do nothing.
I
And
felt so guilty about that on my channel though, because I'm like, oh, I'm posting like 1 video a week because I just cannot do it. I just can't. I finally did it today, but oh my God.
Well, it's just weird. Like everything's weird, so it like makes it weird. And I think part of it too is it feels weird to just try to continue like nothing has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and trying to like balance like my work and my kids and like being at home and the world is like feeling like it's ending. I'm just like, it's too much. I can't tap out. I can't do this.
And then we have the 2-year-old fucking tornado up there.
Oh my God.
All I want is some time alone. Like I would love to be quarantined with just myself and maybe Kara.
So I feel maybe Kara.
Maybe Kara.
Well, I might allow you in the treehouse.
Oh, fuck. All I want to do is play video games for like 23 hours a day.
I love this comment from Dim Sum Girl. We have WeChat, which is similar to Marco Polo, and it's not so fun when it's just your mom telling you everything that you're doing wrong. Are we sisters? Because I have that, Mom.
Yeah.
Totally sisters.
Yeah, same.
I have a difficult time getting up in the morning and showering. Word, I didn't shower till 5 o'clock today.
Yeah,
And Bethany says her sleep schedule is beyond wonky. I'm just going with it. I
too.
messaged Audra probably at like 6 a.m. this morning
Uh-huh.
when she was up, like waking up, and I was like, yeah, I'm just awake. I haven't slept yet, and I'm just basically fully nocturnal. So
Yeah, but you look
ask
extra.
me anything.
I usually
You
go to
look
bed around
fabulous.
30ish, and lately it's been like 2:30ish. Like it's not a
Listen,
good habit
y'all,
to get into.
For the most part, I'm crashing out around like on a work day. I'm like, oh wow, it's 9:40.
That's my business partner. I'll text her, and I'll text her at like 8 o'clock at night, and she'll be like, "Oh, sorry, I was sleeping." I'm like, "But why?" But she texts me back at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and she's like, "Oh, I'm awake now." I'm like, "What is wrong with you?"
I sleep. So here's the thing. At night, like I actually don't. I have I call it it's a form of insomnia because I don't actually sleep like deep sleep. I don't get REM sleep all through the night. So I don't actually like sleep. So I don't actually like most people when you get your REM sleep, you handle problems and issues. So a lot of times I go to bed with a problem and I still wake up with said problem and I'm still trying to solve it.
So that's what's wrong with you.
Of the many things. But it's just so like on the weekend, I'm just like, and I wake up and I'm like, oh, let me eat some food. Oh, let me go take the dog for a walk. And I just knock the fuck out like every 5 minutes. And I don't know.
If friggin' I'm taking a nap, I'm just waking up from a nap. I'm like, you bitches. I wish I could do that. I go to sleep and my kid's like, time to wake up, mommy. I'm like, no, I just fell asleep. Go away.
That's literally one of the reasons why I'll push myself really hard sometimes after work to like film after work. So that way, if I just lay around all fucking day on Saturday and don't film, it's like, all right, well, I can edit some shit and that'll be cool.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Most people that in my life have some kind of messed up sleep schedule, so you're not alone. I think we're just being with whatever's going on. I feel like everyone that I know has been like, I don't know what life is.
I don't know. I have a hard time falling asleep. I find the act of falling asleep to be very stressful, which is why I stay up so late. And I stay up until like I just physically can't stay awake anymore. But like lying in bed being like, okay, let's fall asleep now. It just stresses me out. I can't do it. It's weird.
That used to bother me like when I would be with somebody who was like, we're going to bed. And I was like, I don't want to go to bed though. You want to go to bed. So what actually fixed that for me is like, I turn on the TV and I watch stuff that I fucking want to watch and I do things that I want to do. And then I allow myself to naturally get tired. Even if that means I only get 4 hours of sleep, I only get 4 hours of sleep. But the point of the matter is trying to force yourself to sleep means you're only going to get 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly. I've been like that forever. Like I remember being a kid hiding out under my covers with a flashlight, reading a book because I just like the idea of just lying there waiting for sleep. And also the idea of sleep kind of freaks me out too. And like, it's this weird suspended animation. I don't know. I have weird thing. I think I was murdered in my sleep when I was in a previous life. I don't know. Sleep just freaks me out. I like it, but it freaks me out. I know. I also don't wake up gracefully. So
who wakes up gracefully?
I was saying, never in my life have I woken up gracefully.
No.
Okay, I will walk into the bedroom to try to wake her up and I'll be like, Karen, it's time to wake up. Yeah.
It's been 17 years that I've been living with you, 16 years, and I still like, don't murder me. Like it just
fucking weirdo.
He learned very early on to not wake me up by kissing me. He thought he was being all romantic, and I was like, I will murder you. What are you doing?
I will punch you in the face.
I will break your nose.
I will bite your lips off your fucking face and eat them.
He tried it once, and I was like, like I have no fight or flight reflex. It's just like freeze and cry. That is my reflex. That is my go like a fucking armadillo. Like it just.
My girl.
Virtually anybody who's ever stayed over at my like not this place. None of them motherfuckers staying here now, but at other places, like my last apartment, and I wish I was lying. But legit, I would just be like, all right, well, they're asleep. I'm going to go to the couch now. Fuck this noise. Like, I need to be comfortable.
Becky, what's the curfew? What is that in relation to? And like, what time is it?
She's in Chile.
Oh my god, you don't look Chilean.
What does that even mean?
The flashlight kids too. That's awesome. I fully slapped someone trying to wake me up. I screamed in my poor daughter's face. Oh, where did Emily go?
where
She
did you
disappeared.
go? She had it
I don't know. Emily?
up at one point.
We're also on her channel. Does that mean that we're just like suspended and
We're just sitting. So, fun fact. Turns out that when you post something on Twitter and then you leave, Twitter is not, in fact, on pause.
oh,
Lessons learned.
well, that's good to know.
You know, this is the problem with me and my only child bullshit is I'm always just like, everything's on pause until I show back up.
Hello. Sorry, my phone died. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
you disappeared.
Why am I waving like an idiot? I'm
Did
like,
you change a background?
Because my phone's camera is much better than my actual laptop's camera, so I was filming on my phone, but now I'm just filming on my laptop.
I think it's creepy as fuck because I sleep flat on my back with my arms down by my side, my toes sticking up. That is kind of creepy. I'm sorry.
No, that's normal. I sleep like that.
We're in the upside down now.
I never
Also-
sleep still, so that would never work for
Are
me.
you a vampire?
Well, okay.
On my back, unless I'm like recovering from surgery, then I can do it. But
So, like,
I can't sleep on my back.
when I get my hair styled, I kind of sleep like this. I'm like, because I don't want to fuck it up. Like, you can't just be wilding out.
That's skill to me. I try to do that, and I'm just like, I wake up and my hair is like,
I probably
we're in a crazy space.
I'm not a
I
rich
couldn't
bitch.
even lie on my back though. Before I had my surgery, I couldn't even lie on my back because I would like literally choke myself with my own neck fat.
Your boobs would
Right.
be like,
Yeah, well, and my boobs like migrate, like, and then they're into my armpits, and they're just like everywhere.
Oh, mine just go like this.
not big enough.
Yep.
Bethany,
They just like go into my side back.
Bethany.
That's hilarious. Did we figure out a spot to put this Becca bullshit?
Are we still doing
It's
it?
a highlight.
Like an hour and a half. Like not.
It's a highlight.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm glad you're.
We're close to getting a bingo here. Shut up.
Do you want to go play? You can go play video games if you want.
Maybe. Only because it's hurts so bad. Do you guys mind if I like chill out?
No, do your thing, boo.
Yeah, do your thing.
Okay.
This is like you. Thank you for hanging out for as long as you did.
Yes, agreed. I appreciate it.
I love you.
Love you too.
Oh.
Bye guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Snipe some noobs.
I could have sworn you had a category was like it's a highlighter.
It's a
Yeah. Oh.
Cause like these, but it's summer, it's summertime, which means there's gonna be a shit ton of body highlighters coming out anyway.
We did have for a while, we had it's a glowy oil thing, but then they kind of died down. But you're right, they're coming back.
Yeah, they're like
They're coming
right,
back.
Like up there, like all right.
Okay.
Do you want to look like you
Is
got
there
slapped
anything else
in the face by a
exciting?
fairy? Ew,
Oh my
is that
gosh.
like fucking glitter lipstick? Get the fuck out of here.
These look like the Tom Ford ones.
That
But
stuff is so
It's
gross.
glitter lip balm.
No, I'm a grown up.
there's no point for this. There's absolutely 0 point for this product.
No, and I'm a grown up.
No.
I don't want glitter in my lip stuffs. I don't know how many times I have to tell these motherfuckers. I can feel the glitter on my lips. It's uncomfortable. Stop doing it.
Agreed. I hate when I can feel it.
Yeah, it's weird. I just decluttered a bunch of shit that had glitter in it that was for my lips. I was like, no.
It looks exactly like the Tom Ford ones, like even down to the shape. Like everything looks the exact same. But it's a lip balm with glitter. Why? Those
Is
are
it like Huda Beauty? Is that Huda?
Mm-mm.
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. It's hot
They've
garbage.
done a pretty packaging, but I'm gonna give. Is it a lip gloss? Is it?
Yeah, I put it in the
Is it a
lip gloss.
catfish? Because it's pretty packaging, but terrible.
Catfish. I declare.
I'm good with that.
Can I have a shiny cottage cheese body? It doesn't make sense. The glitter doesn't make sense for a lip balm. Thank you.
No, it doesn't.
Sorry, I'm.
Well, speaking of lip products,
What the hell is? Who is
what
that?
is this? Oh, this is Lime Crime. This is their Lip Pop Satin Lipsticks.
I'm
They're
surprised.
lemon lime scented.
I'm honestly surprised that like ColourPop's still around.
What is that lime streak color? No.
That's a whole lot of nope. The purple was pretty. I liked the purple.
I saw a picture of that green on an actual pair of human lips, and I was like, no, I do not want that.
Tone's showing through. It's going to turn like this weird muddy brown.
It was like, oh, there we go.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
I'll go the purple. I'll go the two top left, and that's about it. Everything else.
The top row is pretty to me, but
like I have the one on the right hand side, and that green,
yeah,
for me, not for me.
The packaging actually reminds me of a NYX lipstick that was out for a while. That was more of a matte lipstick, but it was like a click up one. I mean, this is cuter because it's green, but
they had those like white ones, right? That they were white, and then I had those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't like their lippies actually.
If I want brown lips,
They were drying.
Dim Sum Girl is right. Oh,
yeah,
really do.
Oh.
Here's the thing, like when you see how ColourPop makes their shit, that's pretty fucking fascinating, right? But like, it's boring. Like, I don't know. I just feel like there comes a point where you can't keep replicating everything everyone's doing in minutes because it doesn't matter. Like, even if you're price conscious, at some point you start going like, yeah, I got this for $4, but it's hot garbage. So I may as well spend $10 and got the better version.
I gotta say, NYX. I know we're not talking about NYX, but NYX is kind of like hit or miss. Am I right?
Yeah.
Like I want to like them, and then I buy their shit, and I'm like, but I don't like you.
Thank you.
Some stuff comes out. I did like their Bear With Me line. I did like that because it's all fucking sheer. You can't fuck up sheer. Except for you, Kevin Aquan, because you did.
And this is actually this is Lime Crime, not ColourPop, but I could see ColourPop ripping off this release now that you said that. I'm like, oh, I could see that happening. Yeah, because it's just glossy lipsticks
with glitter in them.
But that yellowy green's not going to be flattering on anybody.
No, you're going to look sick. You're going to look like you have an STD.
Or you've eaten like some popsicle.
Oh God.
What is that?
What can we
get? Lip gloss?
I'm gonna give it a lip gloss.
Mm-hmm.
Kara,
that's
the same thing.
Glossy lipstick.
At the screen.
Yeah, I like the NYX lip glosses. That's what I like. The butter lip glosses. That's probably my favorite. But everything else, like, oh no.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, okay, Carrie, you were talking about you want to like NYX. So I got a NYX like Can't Stop Glow some bullshit concealer. I fucking hated it. I hated it. It made
you hated that
because it made them look so deep and dark, and nothing I did could fix it. Like I was like, okay, maybe I need to do this. Maybe nothing. And I was like, where's the radium?
Oh my gosh!
I'm not gonna buy this because it's Tom Ford. It's probably $300,000.
Yeah.
So this is 4 different Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Face and Eye palettes.
No.
I don't like the color story already. What are
those
swatches for Tom Ford? That's too cutesy of a swatch for Tom Ford.
Yeah, it's like that's an adult ass bitch brand. So like.
Yeah, like the little hearts are not.
Yeah, this is
brand.
This is not a brand. I'm assuming this is not like a brand swatch release. That's my thoughts.
You know what it is? It's Klarna and it's Afterpay. That's what it is. You got to market to the younger people because it's Klarna and there's Afterpay. Like young
Oh,
people can buy this shit. But here's what I'm going to tell you. I don't like this. Not even just the color stories, but I also despise fate all-encompassing palettes. I fucking hate them because all your shit just starts mixing together, and then like it's just useless to me. I don't like that.
Like,
I just,
with this kind of thing
Yeah.
too, like what if you like the color story of the eyeshadows, but then the face products don't match?
yeah.
Like, they're not going to
Yeah.
work with your skin tone. Like, what the fuck do you do with that then?
Yeah,
I'd
it's
rather
just-
buy,
I
a palette for my face.
I know that I'm like this like fanatic over here that loves like singles and like build your own things, but I feel like Tom Ford could have done the same packaging, had each shadow, each face thing magnetized. That I'm sure it already is,
Yeah.
and then let you build your own face and eye palette.
yeah.
Then I'd give you some ridiculous amount of money for that, because if you're like,
Yeah.
pick your blush, pick your highlighter, pick 4 eyeshadows,
Yeah,
I'd be like, fuck yeah, I could pick exactly what I want or what I think I want and not be stuck with like some weird color story that doesn't work for my skin.
yeah, like
Yeah.
the blue one is like the eyeshadow color story that I'd probably go for, but that bronzer is going to be way too fucking, and the highlighter going to be way too deep on my
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah, because I have some things that I'm sending to a friend because I started realizing I was like, I don't want to throw it away because I literally just swatched it, but I don't like it. Like, that's one of the things I started realizing about my beauty boxes is like how much fucking product I ended up decluttering from them. So I was like, I need to stop doing that. But cause we,
Yeah.
like, get them. Like I think Britt was even talking about it. She's like, oh, I don't know, I might get this one because they have like Manny's Lights of Drag palette, and I was like, yeah, but I could just buy that palette. Like
Yeah.
I started thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like, I could just literally buy that palette and not have all the extra garbage. And that's what I find out happens. Like, so this feels like that. Like I'm tired. I'm so tired of everybody continuously bringing us these because we don't want them.
No.
We don't.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants an all-in-one bullshit ass palette because it
It's like-
doesn't work.
Dior and YSL
Yeah.
coming out with lip palettes. Nobody wants a lip palette. Nobody.
No.
I don't-
No.
Even
No.
makeup artists don't want a fucking
You
lip
know what-
palette. They're going to make their own.
No. You know what's so funny, Audra, is that I think right when I first started watching you, like December 2019 or November, you know, and you've said this multiple times where you're like, if I get at least one thing in a beauty box that's worth more than the cost of the beauty box, like it's worth it for me. And for so long I was like, oh no, like the clutter and the like bullshit I don't want is not worth the like one product that might be worth more than
Yeah.
the cost of the box. So the fact that you're at that place now and you just said that about like how Britt was talking about a box, and I was like, yeah, I know that feeling because I've felt that for a while where I'm like, no, I'd
Yeah.
rather just have like the one or two products I actually want from that
Well,
situation
yeah. I mean, I filmed
than
the declutter. I don't want
4 or 5 things I don't want.
Yeah, because like I filmed the declutter. I don't want to put it up. Not because of any other reason than I just don't want to fucking edit it, and I'm just like I'm over it. And it was like so long ago, like it was like a week and a half ago that I filmed it, and like fuck it. But there's a box of shit. Like if I went and grabbed this box right now, you'd just be like Jesus. And that's not even everything that I fully decluttered because I was like gonna do a 2-part of the whole thing, and I'm just like fuck it. I don't like to do decluttered videos. I don't know why.
Well, I find like if I don't edit whatever, I don't even care what it is. It could be the best video ever. If I don't edit it within like 2 days, it's never getting edited. It's never.
Correct.
Oh yeah, I'm done. Yeah. It's a very small window of time before it somehow expires and feels like spoiled milk. Where I'm
Yeah.
like, nope, I'm
Yeah.
over it.
Sorry, didn't some girls
Yeah.
pointing out that the new Tom Ford foundation is $200 Canadian?
Oh, bitch,
It
what?
like better literally give me orgasms as I'm applying it for $200. Like,
Oh my god.
and even then, I might be like, I could probably do that myself.
Listen, if that foundation
Yeah.
is $200,
For
it better put itself on my fucking face every fucking day that I have it. And on top of that, I better have no pores, no shine,
Yeah.
nothing. I've got to look immaculate
Well, and that's
every
like,
day.
you price your stuff at that, and the like bar is set so high that your product could never possibly reach that standard.
Correct.
Like, I want
Yeah.
a foundation for $200. It better make me look like a literal goddess, and also make me breakfast and wash my car.
Like,
Yeah.
take Bo out for his morning poop. That would be
Mhm.
great. Thank you. Thank you,
and
foundation.
pick it up, bag it, throw it in the garbage for me.
Thank you,
please.
because it's so
Yes.
uncomfortable walking with his giant poops.
And Peffy has a good point. Tom Ford is just too expensive. Better clean my apartment and do my laundry and walk my dog. And that reminds me of the half cousins like 2 weeks ago, or maybe it was 3 weeks. Basically, just went through. It must have been 2 weeks because it was right at the height of when everybody was just like, "What the fuck is going on in the world?" And let's chill out. And on the podcast, went through and put one of every Tom Ford product in every color, like every lipstick formula and all the colors it was sold. I did that for Tom Ford, Natasha Denona, and ColourPop. Tom Ford was over $12,000 to get one of every color of everything in their line that was sold at Sephora. Whereas like Natasha Denona was like $5,000, and ColourPop was 3,000 or 2,000, between 2 and 3,000.
And like, is it that good? Is it $12,000?
I don't know, but it's not worth my whole year's rent.
Exactly, it was like 12,000.
I have that one lipstick, and that was one of those like I was drunk kind of purchases because this one lipstick is $70.
Oh my!
I wouldn't buy that if I was sober. 70 Canadian,
yeah,
so like $2.40 American, but like $70, like that's a lot of money.
Does the packaging vibrate?
Yeah.
I'm just asking a question. Moving forward.
Exactly. If it was like a multitasker in some way, maybe.
You're like, oh yeah.
And Georgia.
Yes.
George. Oh my God. Yeah.
So I'm sure these are like $150 or something. These palettes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because the quads are $88 US. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Our dollar exchanges for like 70 cents US right now. So it's insane.
Mm-mm.
It's just, I don't know. I don't get it. Here's the thing. I think we all get like very starstruck by the expensiveness, like because the expensiveness gives it exclusivity, right? Like, oh my God. Like, I think that's the hype around Natasha Denona sometimes. It's like $125 and it makes you feel very like, and then what I found is like a lot of people get it. And then when they're reviewing it, they're like,
and so if I spend that kind of money on something, my expectations are so much higher. If this had a $40 price tag on it, I would let shit slide. I'd be like, it's kind of sticky, but like, well, whatever. But when it's like going to cost me like a literal arm, no.
Yeah, you can't. And I think that's the problem is that they've all jumped in and they want to be exclusive, but they don't understand the shit that you need to do to be exclusive, right? Like, you can't have, like, this isn't just like the VIP lounge. This is like, you have your own table. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have your own table. And you're like,
and the thing with this too is like if you're buying it for status symbol, you're only showing off to people in the beauty community because you're not going to walk around with this giant palette in public and expect that like Joe Blow, who happens to walk by you at fucking Subway, has any idea what the fuck you're putting on your eyes. Like, and nobody looking at you is going to be like, oh my God, that's Tom Ford. You're bougie. Nobody knows unless it's in a YouTube video. Nobody knows.
Yeah. And you're right. Like, that's a big thing because it's not like having a Louis Vuitton bag or red bottoms. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, it's not something that outwardly everybody knows. So if I'm wandering around with like fucking ColourPop eyeshadow, which I wouldn't because they're often patchy, not in a rude way, but they are. But for me anyway, nobody knows the difference in between like me wearing that and me wearing Tom Ford. Like, nobody knows. Like, I could just fucking tell somebody I'm wearing Tom Ford if I wanted to.
Exactly.
And what were they gonna say?
Yeah.
Nobody was
gonna tell me like, you're not wearing Tom Ford. They don't fucking know. I can be like, yeah, I got on Tom Ford eyeshadow, bitch, and they'll be like, oh, you do, and I'd be like, thank you.
Yeah.
Dim Sum Girls asking me if I've ever been to a friends and family Estee Lauder sale, and I have been, and I've been to the one that owns like MAC as well. They're a little bit chaotic, but they are definitely worth the money. I have a friend who's on the police force and he gets free tickets. So every now and then he'll ask me if I want to go and then he'll just give me the tickets. But yeah, there usually are some really good deals there.
I'm breaking the seal. I'm going to pee. You're welcome.
You held out longer than I did.
Yeah. I think that's the whole thing with like Natasha Denona, and less for me, Tom Ford, because I haven't used them. But it's like I expect so much more, and I expect like that when I was talking about the inconsistency, I'm like, you're priced expensive. I expect you to be a consistent brand.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna charge me a lot of money. I expect to be able to look at reviews of other products within the same line and get a similar experience.
Mhm.
And not be like, oh, it's some brand new version of your formula.
I had like
No.
one of those like deluxe size samples of the Tom Ford Badass mascara, and I friggin' hated it. It was so sticky, and it just clumped my like lashes together. And even by the end of the day, it was still sticky. I was like, no, this is terrible. And I don't know how much it costs, but it's probably got to be like 50, 60 bucks Canadian. Like that's insane.
Mascara should not stay sticky.
No, it was like it never dried down. I'm like, this is bullshit. I got to look it up because now I need to know how much the actual full size would cost me. But that's why I like the deluxe size sample.
I feel like with something like Tom Ford, the only thing I'd ever be even maybe tempted by would be like a lipstick. And that's still very status symbol because when you can pull out your lipstick in front of your friends and like reapply. But
exactly,
do I actually care enough about that?
Yeah, that's the thing. It has to be with like the crowd of like makeup loving ones. Extreme Eye Badass mascara, $61 for a mascara. Who do you think you are, Mr. Ford? Who do you think you are? $61 for a mascara? I think the hell not.
No.
Oh, and those quads, they had them for their Soleil Eye and Cheek. They are $186 to $205 Canadian for that same packaging, like from their summer.
Oh, the ones we were looking at? Oh.
$205 Canadian. I think the hell not. I don't know. Like, it won't. Yeah, like
no.
It's this shade here, but yeah, I think the hell not. Nope.
No.
Mr.
There's
Ford.
a lot of amazing makeup out there, and I don't need to buy very expensive stuff.
No, for $205, you can buy a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
Milk Cosmetics isn't the same price point, but it's glad I bought the sample bundles because most of those faves of others that were for. I know I'm one of the people that loves the Milk mascara, Kush, or the Milk makeup, whatever the fuck it's called, Kush mascara. I love it, and a lot of people have complaints about it, but at least it's not $61.
Yeah. I wish more brands would do things like that, like the little like the favorites samples bundles. I know people like shit talk deluxe size sample bundles, but I find them really helpful. Like sometimes that's how I find skincare I like, or just certain mascaras or face products I like, because I don't want to buy a full size.
Well, and I feel better like tossing a deluxe size sample of the Tom Ford mascara than a full size, or returning it and then it just goes into a landfill. Like I'd rather get the smaller size and try it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about though, because I have the phone.
Yeah,
I had the longest pee ever. Moving on.
I thought it felt amazing. I was just sharing that these palettes are about $205 Canadian, and that's a big old note.
That's too much money. Like, I'm sorry, it's makeup. Like, I'm not trying to be a bitch, but like, there's a part of me that looks at shit and just goes, "It's fucking makeup."
Yep.
I'm just not.
It's
I'm
colorful powder.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just not doing this shit. I'm not going to. You can fight me all you want to. I'm just not going to do
Not
it.
when there's indie brands out there that would charge $25 to $35 for that, and the products would be banging.
Like, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That goes back to my thoughts on Pat McGrath eyeshadows, where I'm like, I'll buy my JD Glow or Kaleidos or Cleona eyeshadows and not spend $125 on pin shadows.
Well, yeah, because like I think one of the points of me doing like what's in my cart was literally for me to like it puts everything into perspective, right? Because you start looking at it and it's like 21 eyeshadow palettes, $715, $725, something like that.
Yeah.
And it kind of puts it into perspective because most of us even not doing YouTube, probably spend that money just buying eyeshadow palettes in a year. You know what I mean? In a year. So imagine just like putting when you put it all together, you look at that shit and you go, wait a minute, I need to like figure out what I actually want here. And that doesn't count your blush and your highlighters and your concealer. It doesn't count any of that shit. So like if you start putting it all together and you start really looking at it, you're like, you know what? I probably spend like $2,000 a year on makeup. And for what? Like, and not for what? Like, not like it's not like it's fun and it's beautiful and it's great. But at the same time, there's affordable options. And I'm just not going to get starstruck anymore by the exclusivity factor that they keep trying to throw into their makeup. I'm not going to get starstruck by it. I refuse.
Well, like we were saying earlier, like nobody fucking knows what you're wearing. Nobody knows. Like if you pull out even a Tom Ford lipstick bullet, people are going to be like, oh, look, there's somebody applying lipstick. They don't know what the hell it is. And even if they do, they don't know what that means. Like,
I'm not a Real Housewife of Beverly fucking Hills. Nobody cares. Like, nobody cares.
If I'm reapplying at friggin' East Side Mario's after I've eaten pasta, nobody's going to be like, ooh. And even if they do know what it is, what does that mean? It's not like they're looking at me and being like, there's a good person. Like, it just means there's somebody who spent an ass load of money on lipstick. Like, it doesn't matter.
I mean, that's why, like, back when I was doing fashion videos, that's exactly why I started pitting Nadine West against Stitch Fix, because I was like, yo, look at this shit. You're getting, first of all, in the Nadine West, you get far more options to choose from, and you're paying less to get the bag. You know, for Stitch Fix, it's like, I think $25 now for the box. I'm not positive, but it's $20 to $25 for the entire box, and you get 5 items every time, no matter what. You get 5 items, unless you want to add on, but you pay for those. Nadine West, you can get like 12 to 15 items, and it's $10 for that bag to come to your house. And then the funny thing is that shit has lasted better for me than a lot of the things that I bought from Stitch Fix. So I'm like, no, I'm sorry. You're sitting here trying to tell me that, you know, I needed to spend $80 on this pair of jeans, but I bought these leggings over here for like $15, and these leggings have lived through everything. These jeans are already falling the fuck apart. And I spent $80 on them. Like, what am I doing with my life? So I'm just not like, with makeup, I refuse to let them keep tricking me into being like, oh my god, it's got to be it's so special if it costs that much. Like, and like you said, Kara, your expectations are so high.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just see
and like for me
here. Sorry to interrupt. She just says,
oh no, go ahead.
When a drawer full of makeup could pay off my student loans, we have issues. Right?
Yeah. But I have a problem with
like I do. I like Courtney's reference of she's created a spreadsheet to track what I'm spending on makeup.
Courtney.
Same. Like last year, I had a note in my notes app that was just like, whenever I bought something beauty related, I just put it in there. And I don't have to document every single item, but I would just have like Ulta and the dollar value, or whatever indie brand and the dollar value. And after a year, I was like, oh, I spent that. And this was like, I was a beginner YouTuber. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm spending that and investing it back into my channel. No, I just like makeup and had a problem sending it. And even thinking about, like, I picked up 2 palettes recently, this purple Makeup Revolution one and another little quad. And like, I want to do thinking about doing like a battle of new drugstore purple palettes. And then like, as I've used both, I'm kind of like thinking, in the long run, what I would probably recommend, even though I haven't used it yet, or I don't own it, I would probably say buy the Colored Rain Power Palette while it's on sale, because it looks like a beautiful purple palette. It's on sale, and I know I love their formula, and their sale price beats the drugstore prices for these palettes. Like their sale price is like $15. And this Makeup Revolution palette you have it without any discount is $20. And
funny
so
fact,
it's like
I spent my money on last night. I like went and looked. That's what I actually ended up spending. I spent a shit ton of money on Colored Rain. I think I bought the Vivid Matte, and then I think I bought. Oh, I couldn't get the Safari because that's out of stock, but I got a different one, and then I got like 2 lipsticks.
You might have. I was gonna say the Power one has been on my list for a long time, but I was like, I don't need it. I'm not gonna buy it, but I would still recommend it if somebody's like, oh, I'm craving purple and I don't want
Yeah.
the ColourPop palettes, which I think are only mediocre in my opinion. I would
Yeah.
say get Colored Rain.
Yeah, because like
Yeah,
and
there's
here's
like
the
a
thing,
good
Lorraine
enough
is like
range in there too. Like it's gonna fit
Yeah.
light tones, dark tones. Like it's beautiful.
well, and as a person of color, I hate using that term because I'm black. But anyways, I don't use African American because in America there are Africans who are here, so I don't like to call myself African American. I'm not ashamed. I'm just like, no, there's people who are African fucking American.
As a white person,
Yeah.
I don't know what terminology is appropriate, so I tend to shy away from it because I never want to offend people.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I'm just black,
Yeah.
so but I tend to. Here's the thing, and it's I think that's one of the hardest things about being a person of color that does beauty YouTube, because the stressful part of it is that you don't want to like put other people of other races off because you don't want to be like, I'm buying black owned brands. But what a lot of people don't understand is there's a specific reason why, because I know the pigmentation is going to be there for me.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to
Mhm.
worry about looking dusty as fuck. That's why the first ABH palette I ever bought was the Jackie Ina palette, because I knew that Jackie was going to design some shit with people of color in mind, knowing like I need color to show up on my face. Like I don't want to fucking work with this, and I don't want to argue, and I don't want to put on eyeshadow primer every fucking time I need to use this. I'm trying to get up and go to work. Like I want to look good quickly, and so it's just I buy a lot of black owned brands, and I used to talk to Lorraine from Colored Rain. We would talk to her on Instagram, and we would actually private message. She's fucking amazing. She's a very kind person.
I love indie brand owners for that. Like I love
Yeah.
She's
like-
just, she was so nice. And she like, cause she said she was going to DM me, and I was like, I blew it off. I was like, whatever, she's not going to DM me. Cause like I had barely even scratched any surface with YouTube, and y'all know, and anybody who doesn't know, like I started out doing beauty, but again, it was 2016 and everybody had their fabulous fucking backgrounds and super cameras and all their shit. So like I felt immediately intimidated that I didn't have that. Was going to pass my power because I won't use every shade, but given the price now, I think I'll grab it because it's literally the same as Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not a person to be like, buy it, but like buy that shit, because her shit is like, when I tell you
It's so
about
nice.
the cards palette, I love it.
Oh my gosh.
much.
Yes.
Like, I'm looking forward to creating more with it and trying to do more get readies with me. I have such difficulty with them though, because I'm always like trying to talk, but I'm trying to do my makeup. I don't know how y'all motherfuckers do with this every time. Well, it's like
all of my tutorials are like voiceovers or like music playing.
Yeah, I need to get like
Yeah.
a setup to where like I can actually do makeup the way that I do it, like in my bathroom, but with the lighting, and because then I think I'll just be comfortable doing my makeup and just talk and stuff like normal. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's weird that these brands try to trick us into feeling some kind of like, oh my God, it's explicit. And it's like, but it's not, like nobody cares. Like there's not, like nobody's walking up being like, like I can't tell somebody like, I'm wearing Tom Ford, and then some other chick in the club is gonna be like, bitch, that's not Tom Ford. Like that's not gonna happen.
Throw down in the parking lot over whether he's wearing Tom Ford.
Yeah. I even think of like somebody like Jeffree Star with his purple palette, which in my opinion wasn't that purple. Then purple got really popular again. And I'm like, yeah, like there's great palettes from Colored Rain. And like I said, even this Revolution one is not shabby, not too shabby. And like there's other great indie brands and indie singles and palettes out there that like you could be like, yeah, I'm wearing the Royal whatever Bloodlust palette, and people will probably be like, oh, cool, and have no clue.
Guarantee you, most of the people in my actual real life, if I was like, no, this is Jeffree Star, they'd be like, I'm sorry, who? What? No?
Yeah.
Like, my business partner was like, what's mascara? She literally didn't know what mascara was. Like, she doesn't give a shit what I wear.
Like, and here's the thing.
So precious.
We're stuck in such a bubble in YouTube that we don't realize sometimes that people outside like have no fucking clue. So for instance, like when we talk about Jeffree Star's palettes like breaking the internet and all this shit, like there are legitimately people who had no fucking clue that Jeffree Star was a person. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Oh
they
yeah.
didn't even
Yeah.
know that he was like an actual human being. They just thought they were buying makeup. They
Yeah.
don't know that Norvina exists. Like, they don't know any of that shit. They're just wandering around like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But
And
I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go meet Shane Dawson. They're like, who? I'm like, never mind. Like, no,
You're like, I said nothing.
you can't
I mean,
clout chase normal people. They're just
well,
like,
and
what the fuck that is.
but that's why it's
Guy
so
lives in
important.
Brampton? Like, no, never mind.
That's why it's so important to have creator friends, right? Because
Yeah.
most people don't know all this shit. So it's awkward
Yeah.
for you to like bring this stuff up and they have zero clue. And you're like, never mind. Never,
It's okay. Also, I wanted to say Stinky Eggs mentions that
Yeah.
Be Elegant does varied color, like nobody does varied
Mhm.
colors, just Be Elegant. I've never tried them, but I've seen pictures and their colors are beautiful.
I've had something
But yeah,
elegant, but I think it was like an eyeshadow. I can't remember what it was, but I remember really liking it. But I can't remember what it was. So
I remember seeing they had like a mustard toned liquid lipstick and like a forest green one. And I was like, ooh, those are fun.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
everybody has some like really cool shit. This like sunfish out of water. Exactly. Most people in my real life would have no clue about most brands I own, and especially not any of the fab smaller indies. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had this conversation. So my friend, she's in California, I'm in New York. She messaged me randomly and was like, I really want while I'm home during this time to like play with more colorful makeup. And she's like, if stores weren't shut down, I would just go into Sephora. What do you recommend? And I was like, and she has like she's not well, she'd probably say she's bougie, but she has a higher end like sense of things. Like, and she has the money to spend a little bit more money on makeup and would like to do that. And I was like, wow, who would I recommend? And like, because I kept thinking of Colored Rain, I recommended Lethal Cosmetics, but like within Sephora, I was like, outside of Huda Beauty, I really didn't have anybody that I would recommend
Yeah.
for like colorful shadows that are actually saturated because she's like a tan skin tone. She's Indian. So I was like, I don't know who else I would recommend within Sephora like that fulfills that outside of my like beautiful indie brands that I love and appreciate so much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Nobody's doing colorful shadows at Sephora, are they? Aside
Not
from maybe
really.
Sephora?
Here's the funny
Yeah.
thing. I don't actually.
Maybe, but
I don't like Sephora, and I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna be the person that I don't like it. I don't like the vibe whenever I
Yeah.
go in there. I don't like the vibe in there. I don't like how it's
Yeah.
set up. It's just I don't know. It's bougie as fuck for no reason, and it's so intimidating. And I'm not intimidated. I just feel like the environment is set up to be intimidating. Does that make sense? So that if you didn't know a lot
Yeah.
about stuff,
our local one's very small, but the one that's like just north of Toronto, that one is like chaos and the people are really shitty. The ones
Yeah.
in my town are really nice, but Mac intimidates the fuck out of me. I can't go into a Mac.
Oh yeah.
it's because everybody
Pretty
has like
happy here.
eyeshadow. Like every time you go in, their eyeshadow is
Yeah.
just like to the heavens, and you're like, oh, okay, I just wanted. All right, I'm just gonna. It's fine. Bye.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, I could never get into MAC because I just felt so supremely intimidated. And
Yes.
Sephora, I have those moments, and like, if I do get frustrated because sometimes I'm in a Sephora and I want to get a sample because they do free samples, and I struggle so hard to find a salesperson that will actually assist me.
Yeah.
And this is like if I'm wearing makeup, if I'm not wearing makeup, like it's just a struggle. And I'm like, I'm sorry, one of your biggest perks for me to come in this store is that I could get a free sample of a product I want to try.
Yeah.
And you're making it impossible for me. So why am I going to give you my money at all?
Well, fuck, you even do a 5 cart comparison, right? You just do 5 items in your cart, like similar items from between Ulta and Sephora.
Yeah.
And Sephora's gonna just blow you the fuck out of the water every time. You're like, why is this $275? And because
Yeah.
Ulta has like the drugstore and the median stuff as well, so you're not just getting all like premium, brands, and that shit's annoying. Like if you if you
Yeah.
were a person who never
Maybe.
wore makeup all that often and you wanted to try to wear makeup again, going into Sephora is a fucking nightmare for you because you go in and these bitches are just like, you know, and you're just like, I don't. But you go to Ulta and they're like, all right, what can I do to help you today? And they're telling you stuff like some of the stuff I don't agree with, like where they're like your face, you know, match your face to your chest. I don't believe in that because like my chest can vary in color often because actually my face gets
Yeah.
far more sun than my chest does, which is the opposite of a lot of people because I'm always wearing a fucking sweater because I'm cold. So I don't want my face to be like bright ass yellow just because my chest is. It doesn't look good.
I find that their matching skills are not really on point.
No,
But I do have to say, our
No.
Sephora is very like the people there are really great. They don't pester me. I think it's because I've spent so much time there. They all kind of like know me. But we
Yeah.
don't have Ulta here. The only Ulta I've ever been was in friggin' Buffalo, and they were like just nobody. Like it was crickets. Nobody was around to help anybody. So
Yeah, but this
I
is
do.
weird.
I
Go ahead.
oh, go ahead, Audra.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say my general experience with Ulta though is that the customer service to me, as many bad experiences as I've had at Sephora, I still feel like Ulta still lacks in customer service, at least in like the Brooklyn, New York area. But then again, if I can just do my own thing, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't need
I'm
you to help
happy
me.
to just like shop online because
Maybe.
Oh, kitty lamb. Well, I think
Yeah, I know they're both here now.
I think that the lack of customer service in Ulta is a direct effect of them like almost trying to not overwhelm people because of all the Sephora horror stories in a way. So
Yeah.
it's like they just kind of like hands off you and like you go to them and ask for help.
gosh.
And I also think because they have like I guess drugstore and mid-tier brands that they know that I think when you go into Ulta, most people know what they're going for, right? You know what you're going in for. And most of us aren't really going to be talked into buying a lot of other shit. I think with Sephora, you don't exactly know. Like Sephora is where you go when you're trying to get some new shit. And you don't exactly know, so they can talk you into buying, you know, $300 worth of shit. And you turn around, you're like, fuck.
You like blank out and you're like, what happened?
I know. You're like, oh.
I love when you come out with like a little bag like this, and you're like, I just spent $300.
Thank you. That's so painful.
Sorry, Emily,
Yeah.
are you able to unclick the comment that's showing right now? Just because I can't.
Oh yes,
I
I'm
can't
sorry.
see Audra. That's okay. There's Audra.
No, I didn't realize. Sorry, Audra, I didn't realize that.
Like putting a sticker over Audra's face.
I was like, oh my god.
Like, that's all right.
It's like, hey, that's where you're at.
Oh.
Yeah, I just like going to Ulta because I can pretty much run the gamut. Like, for instance, like mascara. Like, I don't feel like I have to spend $25 on a fucking mascara. I can hit the drugstore side of it. But if I really want to get like Becca foundation, like I can buy that shit too. So it's just it's easier for me to just kind of slide across. And then when I spend $200, I don't feel as shitty about it because I have like 8 items. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And honestly, their rewards are so much better than anything Sephora does.
Yeah.
So if I spend $200, I will easily have a good chunk of money to spend again in the future.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like yawning.
Yeah.
I'm getting sleepy. I'm sorry.
I'm getting sleepy too. I'm also like,
Oh, I know.
But it has been like 2.5 hours. So and we never hit bingo.
No, we didn't.
No, that's okay though.
We came close.
Yeah.
Yes.
Neutral half
Yes.
colorful palette. Let me see.
We could give that to Tom Ford because that was kind of
that's
colorful.
The bottom corner? Oh, I missed it.
All the multi-chromes, but Trendmood doesn't talk about multi-chromes anywhere, usually.
What in the hell was
That's
that?
funny, though.
I kind of want that
Although-
Artist Couture palette, though. That super neutral thing. I kind of want that.
I have to say, I think for like a neutral palette, I don't think it's a bad choice.
No, I kind of like it. I don't need it. I absolutely don't need it. But
I like it though.
I kind of have a crush on it, especially if it swatches.
It's the army green in there.
I know it's really pretty, and the bronzies are so pretty.
Those look like actual swatches, though. They don't look like Photoshop swatches.
Well, no, I'm super
Yes, they look
critical
like
of those like brownie type shit. I'm very critical of the like a brown bronzy shimmer because if it's done wrong on my skin, wow, it looks. It makes me look like I'm going to like I'm looking demon-esque at this point, and not in a super fun way. It's just like it's bad, and I've run into them before. I'm like, oh, this is bronzy because I like to take those and just one swipe them and go to like put on eyeliner, go to work, right? But if you do that with some of them, you're like, oh, there was more peach in this than I expected, and more pink, and now I look a little fucking crazy, and I can't take it off.
oh.
The feelings that get hurt with that, where you're like, I'm just gonna swipe it. Oh Jesus, it's pink. I didn't. Okay.
This one looks
And that's
actually neutral, though. It looks so nice.
Yeah.
It does look nice.
And the way you're describing about working with a neutral shadow, Audra, is exactly what I would like be looking for in a neutral palette. Is like a one and done shadow, like a nice shadow that has some shine but can be blended out a little bit, like and not look too weird. But then if it's like a weird color tone, then you're just screwed and stuck with this, this odd color all over your eye.
Even
and like I don't think anybody, and maybe people have talked about it before, but like I feel like a lot of these bronzy looking shades in the palette look like bronze, and then you get them and they have pink and like rose gold in them. And that's what I'm always looking for.
Yeah.
And like I didn't want like the rose gold is for going out at night, not going to work.
I also feel like a lot of neutral palettes that look like they're gold or bronze are very orange. Like you put them on the eye and then they look like they're like copper.
Yes.
And that's different to me than just like a good gold or a good metallic brown.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, that's a pretty palette.
That is really pretty. And
How
I like
much is it? Does it say on there how much it is? I can't read
It's $40 US.
That's not too bad though. For that many shades, it'd be like 55 Canadian or so. That's not too bad.
Yeah, there's 12.
Yeah.
There's 12
And it's available now. It was available March 27th. So yeah, that's a pretty neutral palette.
That's like I'm not good at it. It's like $3.33 a shade.
That's not bad at all.
It's not.
What are those lip glosses there? If you go down one row, what are those?
These?
Oh. Who are they
This
from?
is the La Rose Perfecto from Givenchy.
Oh,
fuck that.
Right? I'm just like,
yeah, we're good.
What's that? I'm pointing.
Also, fuck this color palette.
Yeah, I'm not about
this color
that.
story.
That's
wait,
like the little happy faces on the
down
package,
one.
though, but yeah.
There.
Down
What is that?
this
Yeah.
MAC Bronzy. It's their summer 2020 collection.
So more body shimmers.
Am I right though? Like MAC is constantly releasing stuff, and then I never see it online or in stores.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I think I don't know who's buying it. Somebody's got to be buying it because I
Nobody's
thought about it
talking
today because
Yeah.
Hannah from Smoky Glow was talking about marketing and stuff, and I thought about it today, and I was like, well, we're not into it because we're YouTube people, but like regular people who aren't YouTube people are buying this. So like it's weird. It's a weird bubble again.
Yeah. I think the MAC thing is weird because I think there are people that are diehard MAC fans still to this day. But I think the weird thing with MAC is that, so like this picture has like a watermark over it that looks like it's definitely from, I'm making a very big generalization, but like a country that's in the Eastern, like an Asian speaking country, because it's characters that are Chinese or Japanese or something.
Right.
So it makes me wonder, like, is this a collection that the US is actually receiving? Is this just one that's sneak peeked from somewhere else and there's not knowledge? Like,
they have so many like Asia exclusive collections, and
exactly.
I would really like to have that, please. But like, and their website, like I don't know if it's the same in the States, but the Canadian MAC website makes me want to shoot myself in the face because it's so hard to navigate. It's such a pain in the ass.
And I was like, who's
It's
that? What's happening?
It's the person that was tagged in the photo, so I'm guessing they sent the photo in. I was like, maybe he's a makeup artist related to it, and I'm like, no, it's a private account with a very awkward cover cover photo.
Bad boy
That's
Calvin.
creepy avatar.
Oh,
Oh my god.
he's in Osaka. Okay, so it's Japanese characters.
Fashion is
That's
fashion.
hilarious. I was like, well, that was a tag that I was not expecting. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Mac.
Like nobody's coming up with anything fucking fire right now. Like a
Nothing
lot
is
of it's
super
just, like
exciting.
okay.
There's
I'm
nothing
just like,
that I'm
it's okay. Maybe I'll get it. Like I don't know. It's all right. Like we're all just like looking at shit. Like I mean, it'll do. I think what I'm finding exciting is looking at old shit and then just kind of finding these like awkward little brands that maybe everybody doesn't know about or doesn't wear or hasn't talked about.
Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy that the most exciting thing out of everything we looked at tonight was the neutral eyeshadow palette.
So this is Indie Makeup Spotlight. This is Amy. Amy
Ooh,
Loves
what-
Makeup
yeah.
runs this account.
Yeah,
They're
Adept
great.
is
Like they.
That's a
I really
right?
want to try their. Yeah, I want. Did you, Kara? Have you seen the palette that they're doing that holds like 10 to 18 shadows?
That's really
It's like they're doing I'm gonna find it. They're doing a smaller
They're
version.
so
So
nice.
this is
Oh right, yes.
so
the owners are
this
so
it has an insert that holds where it holds 10 of the square shadows, or you can take the insert out and it holds 18 of the square
So
shadows.
smart.
Like this.
That's so smart.
And I have their bigger version of the black like crocodile palette, and it is so nice that like I can't wait till they release this size, because one, I would pick up some of their singles because then I could fill it in with other singles, and I also think this is such a smart design because you could create your own palette like this with your own with a smaller color story,
with the mirror,
or you, yeah, exactly.
See,
So
I'd need someone else to create my palette for me.
I can help you with that too. That was what my friend that was looking for colorful shadow recommendations. I told her I was like I'll help you build a colorful palette on Lethal Cosmetics because they have a build your own palette function. But like I just love the versatility of that. Of that palette.
Their
but yeah, like
service is friggin' fire as well. And this is one of those ones, like I filmed a swatch video of my Adept stuff, which like I have quite a few of them. But when they ship stuff, some of them were a little bit broken in shipping, and they instantly refunded me, like instantly. They're so nice, the owners.
That emerald green was
Audra.
Who is this?
Have you heard of Give Me Glow Cosmetics? That's what the emerald green was from.
Oh my god.
They are very, very pigmented colors.
Oh my goodness, that middle yellow looks amazing.
Yeah.
I have Going Bananas. I don't have Sunny. I have Going Bananas. It's stunning. I have Limeade. It's very, very pretty.
Oh my god.
I picked just a couple of singles from them.
See, this is where the excitement is.
Like, are they the ones that did the Christmas palette? Are they the ones?
Yes, they did the Christmas palette and the Vintage Rose palette.
I'm really curious about Vintage Rose. I'm so tempted by it.
Look at a highlighter, bitch.
Their highlighters are. Give Me Glow is the highlighter formulation that Lacey doesn't shut up about and loves. And I really want. They're doing like a summer release of more highlighters. Wow. And I want
that color story that was up at the top there with the mustard yellow. Like, can I bathe in it, please?
Yeah.
Even the silvers, and I'm like, oh my god, they all look. I'm pretty sure this is the website where I look at their singles and I'm like, I'm overwhelmed, and I like nope out of it because it just overwhelms me. But they all look so beautiful.
Okay, the next time we do nonsense bingo live, we've got to come indie style, like fuck Trend Moon, like
they
Trend Moon. It's just like
indie's where it's at.
Yeah, because the other stuff I'm just like, oh look, it's the same boring shit you put out just like a few months ago. Great.
Yeah,
this is why when you were like, I bought Colder Rain, I was like, hell fucking yes! Yes, because they are like such a good introduction to indie brands. Like this Vintage Rose palette, this is from Give Me Glow.
So
I don't
pretty.
own it, but it's one of those palettes that just looks stunning.
It is so
And they
pretty.
had,
I want
yeah,
that olive one
this
too. Oh,
olive palette.
I want all of their stuff. Like
This is their Christmas palette.
the only
Oh,
thing is,
But the
their
other thing that they've
shimmers
been,
don't pick up with a brush, I find, but you use your finger and you're good to go. Have you tried their lipsticks?
okay. What was that?
Have you tried their lipsticks?
I haven't. I don't have any liquid lipstick desire. But the thing they've been doing too is they have these build your own like 4-pan palettes or little duos. So if you wanted to just like pick a 4-pan set that they've shown on their social media, you could buy it that way and not get so overwhelmed by just like the mass amount of
This
singles.
is a brand though. Like if I had $500 expendable income, that I could just be like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna buy a ton of shit. This is the brand that I would throw it at because their stuff is so beautiful.
Yeah, because like even when I was like kind of crazy shopping last night, I really feel like I could have just bought like everything, like with the exception of like the liquid lipsticks and the matte lips. Like I could have bought everything Color Rain had. Like I was just like, yes, yes.
That's how I feel about this one. I would do dirty things for their entire collection, like dirty things.
So
Colored Rain, I would easily buy their whole collection, like all of their singles and all of their palettes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Indie Makeup Spotlight is like my favorite site to look at.
Maybe it's Sydney Grace. Sorry, Sunfish just said it. Maybe it's Sydney Grace, their website. I get super overwhelmed by. It might not. Maybe
Sydney Grace, I get overwhelmed by.
I think it's Sydney Grace. I get super overwhelmed.
I went to Sydney
This
Grace.
is a palette that Give Me Glow is gonna do.
Well, that's who I'm collabing with.
summer.
I didn't want to break it, like tell you guys. I have no.
Oh,
Absolutely.
speaking of Give Me Glow, this is the highlighters that they're doing for the summer, and I'm like, I want all of them.
They're beautiful.
See, okay, I'm gonna say something really mean. The way that those highlighters looked is like how I expected like an ABH highlighter palette.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Like, yeah. Because I got their little mini glow kit or whatever the fuck, and I am just underwhelmed by it. Like most of what I use it for is an inner eye highlight. That's it.
Yeah,
Like,
I gave one of my ABH face palette things to Aspen. She friggin' loved it. I wasn't using it.
All right, excellent. So now I have it like up on my phone so that way I can find it. Like I do shit like that.
That one right there. Sorry, the one you're highlighting it right now with the bat coffin thing. I am so intrigued by that. Like it's so basic, but yet I want it so badly.
I do too. That looks nice.
Lunatic, is that who it is? I can't read it.
Lunatic, yeah.
I want it so badly.
First of all,
I don't, but it's because it's $42 and it's a weird shape, and I think it's all mattes. But I understand why the people would want it.
I don't even like all matte looks, and yet that one, I'm like, can I have you, please? Wink, wink.
I like that. I'm like, I don't.
They really do packaging well. Like, have you, Audra? Have you ever seen their contour palette? Their contour palette cover is the coolest thing. Look at this.
Cool.
And so Amy, I have a video that Aspen did, a makeup tutorial, so I need to edit it. I haven't even watched it, so I don't even know what she said in it, but she made a really cute look with like an ombre lip and everything.
Like that eye detail. It's not letting me zoom in, but
it's like a werewolf eye.
And then they have a second version, and it's deeper tones. And everything is like refillable. So
I love their packaging. I don't think I have anything.
That's fucking bomb.
I might have some lip products from them, but it
like fills my creepy little heart with joy.
His Sunfish is talking about the useless.
Yeah,
mirror.
look at.
I totally ignore mirrors. I love this one. I love the packaging.
Look at the heart.
I fucking love it. I don't know
Just
why.
like the
love it.
So that's one of the things I want to get tattooed, like an actual human heart. Moving on.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love it. It's so different. I love it.
Like I can't help
I
it.
really I wanted their I think it's their face powder. Yes, that looks like a planchette. That's just like a
Ouija board.
pressed powder.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't fuck with that.
And I'm just like, yeah, I know. I'm like, it wouldn't work for like the majority of people on the planet, but I'm like, it would probably work for me. I do feel like it's super cool. But yeah, so many of their palettes, like they have Elvira. Yeah.
It's like why are people spending $200 on a Tom Ford quad with or face shit in it when you could spend money on this plus JD Glow plus Give Me Glow? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I mean, that's like
Yeah.
after I saw this, I actually went onto their site because I was like, I need to put this in my phone so I don't forget. Not like you guys would let me forget, but I would forget, and it would be like 3 days later. Hey, remember that thing with the glowing and the greens? And
What
that's
was that thing with
exactly
the makeup? What brand was it?
Wait.
Eyeshadow.
Yeah, because it's just like it's absolutely gorgeous. Like I can't. What?
It's so cool.
I can't.
Like the glowing and the green, and it'd be like, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Or even like this is a cute, creepy, like aesthetic.
love
Like it's not
that.
for me,
Yeah.
but I'm like,
that.
it's a little bit.
But like, even though it's weirdly shaped, it's not like weirdly shaped but huge. You know what I mean? Like, I can handle weirdly shaped and small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the pizza palette was a little over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I
Yeah,
don't mind
pizza
if you want to
pop
be
was
funky, but like don't get it to like because I hate like I feel like most of Jeffree Star shit is just like, where the fuck do you put this? Like
Like
Yeah.
the Alien palette, I'm just like, I have it, and I'm like, I don't want
Yeah.
to store you.
like yeah, that's and again I say that I'm not
Yeah.
too mean. I just where in the fuck do you put it? Like after you're like, oh, I like
Yeah.
that one, Emily. Like you were clicking on that other one, not the next to the Fiesta.
This one?
Lucana. No, the one next to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
This was the cake. Speaking of pizza palette, this is the same brand, Glamlight. It's a
that's
cake
their
palette.
It's like
But I have to
the thing is
say,
that it's like fucking yay big. Like, it's probably huge, but
yeah.
it's nice
Not
and
a
bright
bad
at any rate.
I think that
It was
the
just
pictures that I saw, it wasn't quite as big as the pizza palette, but
What
and
it
then the
is.
box it comes in looks like an oven. But I have to say, even for neutral, like this is a Sydney Grace neutral palette, and I'm like, if I wanted a neutral palette in my collection, especially one that's more cool toned, I think this is really pretty.
It
And
is
see,
really
that's how
The
you
swatches
do
don't
navy.
do it very much.
You
But this-
actually have to do navy with like this is my opinion. Navy should be done with shimmer because actually trying to like do a matte navy, it like ends up muddying
Mhm.
everything.
It's so
But when you
hard,
do a
yeah.
shimmer, it ends up looking like it just
Yeah.
it gives it like that little extra reflectiveness that you need to keep the color from just disappearing into your face and becoming a muddy ass mess.
Oh, that blue one, I wanted
Oh,
that
speaking
so
of
badly.
blue,
But the shipping was pretty much the exact same price as the actual palette to Canada,
Ooh.
and I was like, nope.
yeah, no,
Because
not worth it.
$70 some odd palette. Like, I just can't do that.
Oh,
So I have
no.
a question. If I bought something, like if I bought it for you and sent it to you, is that still as expensive?
I doubt it because it's a lot of it's the like customs. So like when I get in really good with some indie people, they send it to me as a gift. Like even though I buy it, they mark it down for customs purposes as a gift so that I don't get dinged with the incoming customs fees.
Oh.
I ordered a palette from Jeffree Star, like the blood sugar palette when it came out, whenever that was. And I paid $45 for customs duties alone on top of the shipping and on top of it was like $100 and some odd dollars
Oh my
for me.
god.
Yeah. And they don't tell you what the customs are going to be, or else I would have been like, fuck no. It's just I get a bill from FedEx like a week later, and they're like, by the way, you owe $45. And I'm like,
So then theoretically, you just need a mule in between, right?
yes, I do.
I've
literally
offered this
need-
too, where I'm like, if you
Yeah.
want to send something to my house, I will send it to you,
Yeah.
and we'll mark it as a gift and make sure that you don't get customs for it because that's
she won't, 'cause
ridiculous.
it's like
I sent
literally
something to
like
Jen
human
Gerard's
beings.
house because she offered as well. Because I was supposed to see her in June, but I don't think that's going to happen. Because the shipping to me was like $25, but the shipping to her was like $3.50.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, why wouldn't I do that? But I appreciate that. And if ever this quarantine thing lifts, Emily, I just might, because I don't mind driving 2.5 hours down to New York to go and visit you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Or
know why
when
you
you're
wouldn't take advantage of this, like all the. You have American friends who could literally
Exactly.
just send you a
yes.
like. You know how much it's going to cost me to send that package? Like $7.
Right?
Yeah. Or if you're like, there's 2 different indie releases that I can afford to buy within the same range of time, I'll buy both of them, have them shipped to me or to Audra, and then we can ship them to you. And then it's just like, you know.
Because
yeah,
then
the
you can have
shipping
more
cost
fun with the
again
stuff
is-
you want to try instead of paying these outrageous fucking
Yeah.
like. Oh God bless.
When
Yeah.
Manny's lipsticks went on sale, he was selling them for like $9 a tube, but the shipping was like $24 to Canada.
Jesus.
Or like $21 to Canada. Somewhere in there. It was over 20.
Like,
And I was
hunting
like,
you
no, no.
That's not a sale at that point.
And it's not like the brand's
No.
fault. It's just that's the shipping cost
No.
in Canada. Like, and then there's
Yeah.
customs on top of it for anything that I ordered that's over $20, I think. So
That's really fucked up. It's a trick.
Mm.
I need to go
Alright.
to the bathroom, y'all. So
I need to go to bed because look at the son, my toddler, is asked the fuck out.
He's so sweet. He's so
He's
precious.
got a little hat on his pillow. He's holding his
Aw.
blinky, and he's going to start getting like every once in a while he kind of opens his eye and looks at me, and I'm like, all right, dude, I'll do it. He can't really sleep until we cuddle, you know, like I have to get in the bed and cuddle with him,
Aw.
and then he's like, okay, this is good.
That's okay. I just checked our camera, and my son is dead asleep on the floor. He's pulled his pillow up, and he's dead asleep on the floor.
Oh,
Like,
oh,
"Gee,
Robin,
so
thank you
hard."
for the super chat. Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh my
Thank you for
God.
that.
Thank you.
It's sweet.
Oh, I'm glad that Bennett is actually asleep. For the
Just
sake
so
of
exhausted
everyone.
I know you were having a rough one.
Oh my God, he was up till 11
Yeah.
o'clock last night. So today, at least, he fell asleep so fast. He cuddled up with Luna and fell asleep, which is really sweet.
Yeah, that's the magic of dogs.
Yeah, I know. I love dogs. Love it.
Because even when I'm like, I'm not going to bed, like that's probably why I end up with so many naps. It's because like Bo's like, hey,
They're just
you
so
want me to lay
cuddly
on
and
top of
warm.
you?
I love it.
He is. He's having like
Aw.
little dreams. I don't know what he's dreaming about, but it's cute.
Aw. That's
Yeah,
the only
that's
time Luna barks is in her
Aw.
sleep.
Yeah, he barks. That's him too.
And
The
she
most he barks
growls.
is when he's like sleeping. He's like,
Yeah, it's so cute.
Oh, that's
I
so
have-
sweet.
maybe I think I had a TikTok up of him doing it, but I don't know.
Aw. All right, ladies. I need
Well,
to
thank
go.
you for an awesome
let us
chat.
see. Next time we'll actually do like the makeup, the bingo, because like now that I
we will.
understand how it works,
Maybe we can get bingo. Yeah.
yeah, but like now I understand how it
It's not that
works,
complicated.
so.
Yes. Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you
Awesome.
so much.
Well, have a great night, everybody. Thank you for everybody in the chat.
Yes.
Appreciate hanging out with us. Have a great night.
Night, everybody. We're so terrible.
Bye, guys.